This is a special presentation brought to you by the Kings of Sport Network. You are now down with the Kings. Hi. It's your boy Two-Way Ray, and we have made it to the finish line. 2 teams remain. 1 game separates who's the world champion. Yeah, I said it, world champion. The 2 best, most exhilarating, and most exciting words in all of sports. Game 7, baby. We are here. NBA Finals 2025, Game 7, knotted at 3 apiece for both the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. Yeah, boy. I'm hyped up. I don't even know who that's singing. Who is that singing? Is that Christian Chenoweth? She got the bedazzled jeans. But woo, it has all come down to this, a deciding, crucial, pivotal, winner take all. Game 7 for all the marbles. Game 7. All right. As you can see right now, just me, Oos. But I'm sure some other of our familiar friends will come by. And if you're watching this and you are already a Patreon subscriber, Patreon backslash, even though it's really /, don't tell Nate. Patreon backslash, I'm about to say Nubian, Nefarious Media Network. Although Nubian Media Network would have worked too, but I digress. Patreon.com / Patreon.com backslash Nefarious Media Network. If you're already a paid subscriber, you can use any of the links from the past live watches, and you could join me here right on there. So please come on and join me. Let's make this a fun final or finale, I should say. Yes, a fun finale. If you've been joining us throughout the live watches, you know that it's been not a slog, but it's been a daunting task, but we were able to make it work, and I'm glad that we made it to the final game, even though I wish it would have ended like 3 games earlier. But we done made it. Indiana has forced Game 7, and we're able to have I believe like 20, or I think it ended up being like a 17-point lead, but they were leading the game by as much as 30, 31. So they were able to force a Game 7 now in Oklahoma City. And some of the questions that I'll probably ask once we do get some guests, and I'll ask you guys if you guys are listening. Well, first of all, let me see. I wonder if I could put a poll from here in the chat. Maybe I might do that. Let's see who y'all got. You know what? Let me try that. I'm going to try to put a poll in the chat. There we go. Start a Q&A or a poll. There we go. All right. Poll. Okay. There we go. Get some what they call it, some chat engagement, if you will. another option. Right. All right. How you got? Who you got? All right. Mm, oh, biscuits. Oh yeah. See, now I gotta adjust. Poll complete. What? I messed up. All right, let me do this again. This is my first time doing this with the poll, so I'm gonna try again. Let's try again. All right, that's what I should have did. And all right, here we go. Here we go. All right, so on my end, they're just about to get to the tip off, so it's probably 2 minutes in. And everywhere else, Lord knows about my delay. All right. Game. Capitalized game. Who you got? All right, let's start it. All right. Don't end the poll. Let's keep that going. All right. Anyways, as I was about to say, so of course, that's the big question. Who you got? I got OKC, but you never know. You can never count Indianapolis out or Indiana out, I should say. Um um but yeah, few questions I wanted to ask specifically about the game as far as, do you guys think that the Thunder pretty much mailed it in on, do you think it was more of them mailing it in on Thursday, or do you think it was more about the Pacers kind of pushing them and then kind of forcing their hand to retreat early? What do you guys think about that? Also, do you think the Indianapolis, or I keep calling Indianapolis, do you think the Pacers got a shot tonight um to make things happen? On my end, they're already up 5-2, but again, we know about my delay and my Croatian feed. Shout out to Tony Kukoc. Uh, Also, we got a lot of other news, NBA news. We're gonna try to, I know a lot of people like stick to sports, especially on the news that we received yesterday. Yeah, we're gonna do our best to try to stick to sports, unless we get a certain political professor who wants to go ahead and share his thoughts about some of the things that have been happening. But other than that, yeah, whew, Lord, mm. That's all I got to say. But let me stop blabbering around because we got my usual tag team partner for these live watches. You all know him, you all love him. It's the Godfather himself, brother Nate Melton. Nate,
What's going on, Ray Williams? Game
that's right,
7,
bro.
decisive game 7.
Decisive, crucial,
You know, I know this is a
winner,
special
winner
night, Ray.
take all,
Winner take all, winner go home, winner stay home. I can feel it though, because I
for
got
all for all the marbles.
I got a nosebleed. That's how I know it's a game 7. Like my nose
Oh, my
literally started
goodness.
bleeding when I turned on the microphone. So that's either A, the excitement of game 7 of the 2025 NBA Finals, or it's I've been working too damn hard. And y'all need to sign up for the Patreon so I don't have to work as hard.
Indeed. Indeed. Once again, patreon.com/Nefarious Media Network.
Because it's the drive for 500
100.
Ray Williams.
Indeed, indeed. We're working our way up there. Let's see. We got quite a few new subscribers for here in the YouTube, so that was pretty cool to see. So let's just keep getting those up, but not too rapidly because we don't want y'all putting me out on the street and up there.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't hear on the last watch party, if we reach our goal of 500 patrons and 500 YouTube subscribers, not only will we get to debut a Ray tomorrow with this man Ray Williams whispers in your ears, but we'll also possibly get Ray Williams showing feet on the chat like Doja Cat, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, I must set the boundary. I got a bunch of socks. I got a different like themed socks. So I show the socks, but I don't know if I'm showing like my bare feet out here on the streets. But
I know you're a little bit
if
behind,
you guys want to
Ray,
see
but,
that, then let's get that subscription number up. I mean, I won't judge. I'll listen and I won't judge if we do get to that point.
Hey, look, don't yuck anybody's yum, Ray Williams. There may be somebody out there that wants to see the Ray Williams feet pick exclusively on the Nefarious Media Network Patreon.
Oh, man. So we finally made it, Brother Nate. Game 7. I know you didn't think it was going to get to game 7. So what do you think, man?
As I said all the time, Ray Williams, I said this since game number 1. Since game number 1. 7-11, 7th Heaven, Naked Gun starring Frank Drebin, OKC in 7, brother. I said that since day 1, right?
That's all you said.
That's all I've been saying. I'm the only one nationally that's been saying that.
Oh, Lou Dort getting smooth like for life.
Yeah, this is exciting. Like we talked about in game 6, Ray. Like this is do or die. I still think that OKC kind of pulled back on the reins when they kind of saw things getting out of hand in game 6, because it's like, why fight a losing battle when we can prepare for game 7 at home with this crowd already going crazy, Ray.
Oh yeah. Well, they call it Loud City. Yeah. Like Oklahoma is always going to be, as far as the fans are always going to be a factor in the games. So, he got fouled. He looked like he got fouled.
Tyrese Halliburton trying to ride the wave of being newly announced as one of the members of the Duncan Destruction DLC pack for WWE 2K25, along with Shaq and Jalen Brunson and the great Kylie and Abyss for some damn reason.
Abyss.
TNA legend Abyss is in the game, ladies and gentlemen. July 24th or June 24th.
Where's his brother Joseph Park? See, that's who I really want to see in the game.
That's a secret unlockable. You gotta defeat the Tamina challenge to get that. Ain't nobody doing that.
Which you have given up on, yeah.
Yes, I've given up. Like 2K, if y'all got a cheat code or something, I might go back into that mode. But not. I'm not playing a 30-minute TLC ladder match just to get to Tamina. It ain't happening, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man, remember the days with cheat codes, man? Whatever happened to those days? Of course,
cheat codes, the game genie.
Yeah, I think I was horrible at some cheat codes. Like I think it was back. Somebody let me borrow Mortal Kombat Trilogy and I
Okay.
put the thing in where you could do one button fatalities and babalities and stuff, but I
Mhm.
never knew which button was the actual fatality. So all I would do was the friendships and the I was like, which button? I want to see some blood and guts. Why keep seeing babies? And they keep letting like balloons come out. Uh, back in the day. All right. Oh, we got a comment. Davion Washington. Thank you for joining us, Davion. He says Halliburton is an
Mm,
unreal athlete.
yeah.
That is the truth. Speaking of Halliburton and being unreal, it seems like that calf injury was just it seems like it's a thing of the past. It didn't seem like it bothered him much on Thursday. So we'll see how it
Are
affects him
you
now.
accusing him of maybe embellishing the injury a little bit, Ray?
I don't know.
Maybe a Paul Pierce situation?
I don't know. Maybe milking it in other way than another way than we're used to around these parts. But yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe he was pulling a rope a dope. Who knows? But he's looking good already, especially with that big three to kind of force a timeout. So all right. Well, Nate, we already know, like I was saying before, we not gonna get into the world news. But as far as news with where the NBA is concerned and when basketball is concerned, we talked a lot about the trade, or not the trade, but we talked a lot about the buying of the majority stock for the Los Angeles Lakers. But we got breaking news as of I believe, was it earlier today or late yesterday, as far as Kevin Durant now a Houston Rocket, brother. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a good move. And here's the thing. I don't think this was where KD wanted to go. I don't think it was his first choice, but I think it was in his top 5 choices. Because basically going to Houston is like going to San Antonio, which I believe is his first choice, except there's no Wemby. So I think it's a good move. And Ray, it gives KD a chance to finally prove that he can be the leader of a team. Because while Houston is a good stacked young team, they got some good young players. This is not a situation like Golden State where he's already moving into a situation where you got Steph and Clay and Dre, or Brooklyn even where you got, Kyrie and Harden, or Phoenix where you've got Booker and there's another superstar. KD is the superstar on this team now, even though he's a little bit older than these cats. And so, yeah, I think this will help him and his legacy, but it'll also help the Rockets, giving them a consistent scorer. I know they probably didn't want to give up Green, but that's the cost of doing business. So I like the trade for KD and for the Rockets. I don't know where it puts them in the West next season because the West is going to be super loaded again. But what do you think, Ray?
Yeah, I think it's a big trade. I'm pretty much looking at the terms of the deal right now through ESPN, and let me go ahead and switch over to there. So all right, so Kevin Durant to the Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick in this year's draft, and 5 second-round picks. So all of that going for an aging Kevin Durant. The trade can formally be completed when the new league year begins July 6th. So I think it's decent, but the thing is, now that you're kind of giving away your younger pieces who could have been, like Jalen Green is like an emerging an emerging star in his own right. And so I think him being traded so early in his career, I think you're kind of playing a guessing game with that. And for like it said, the 10th pick in this year's draft, and then 5 second-round picks. Whereas Jalen Green was already the number 2 pick in his draft, or I think, number 1 or number 2 pick in his draft.
Yeah.
So and then it's like, how many years are you going to get out of Kevin Durant? And it's interesting that you mentioned this being one of Kevin Durant's choices, because I believe he found out about the trade literally when he was at the Fanatics Fest in New York.
Yes.
Over the weekend. And
well, I will say, because I think he had an inkling, but I would say this is probably where he found out it was finalized.
Yes. And I think that's literally what he said. There was like a post interview. So, of course, he's on stage with Taylor Rooks, and they're talking about that. But then there was an interview with another young lady from another from another outlet, and he intimated that he had something to do with it, but like you mentioned, he let him know that those were one of the teams on his radar that he wanted to go to, but he didn't know exactly when it was going to happen. But he had an idea.
Ray. Breaking news. Hopefully that's the wrong choice of words, but Halliburton is down, and he looks like he's hurt.
Oh, I see him. Oh, Lord. See, my delay. See, my delay actually worked out in the positive for me. He's slapping on the ground. Oh, he's done.
And it looked like it's a non-contact injury. Like there's no contact that causes it. He just his legs give out on him. Damn.
So he slipped, and then he just went down, and he just pounded. And we were
and they cut the commercial quick, fast, and hurry. So this is
it might be like, it might have been like the hamstring, because he tried to plant. No.
Damn. Hopefully he can get back, but like this is, you hate to see a game and a championship decided on something like that.
Yeah. And I hopefully I didn't jinx him.
I think you did. It's all your fault, Ray Williams.
I literally just mentioned his calf injury, so we'll see what happens with it.
It's like this is all your fault, Ray Williams. You did this. You ruined the NBA.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kukoc. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
But yeah, Davion, we hope he's okay as well. And to your question, that's what we're trying to figure out. Who won the KD trade? I don't know, man, because KD is a bit aging, and you're kind of giving up like emerging stars for an aging star that is going to be there for who knows how long, maybe 2 years, 3 years at the most, if he wants to extend his contract.
Who won the KD trade? It's very simple. Kevin Durant won the KD trade.
Oh, of course.
Brother gets to play in Texas. Like, obviously, Spurs was his number one choice, but he gets to play in Texas. No state tax, which means more money in KD's pocket, which means more money for burner accounts. And if this team goes to the next level, then whether it's 100% his doing or not, Ray, he's going to get the credit. Like, it's because of KD that this team took the next step. From the team standpoint, it's interesting because I would say Houston, like in the immediate, I would say Houston probably won the trade because they got the biggest name, and there's no disrespect to Green, but KD, even at this age, is still, one of the top names in the NBA, if not one of the top players. And so I think, like, for the next 2 or 3 seasons, Houston won this trade. We'll see what Phoenix gets out of this, because it does look like they're kind of in rebuilding mode now, where they're like, you know what? Let's all look back finally at them days with Chris Paul and Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. Shout out to Monty Williams. We did you dirty, fam.
They really did.
But I think Phoenix is kind of throwing the towel in on being a contender right now. So they're in rebuilding mode. But yeah, I would say KD, then Houston, then Phoenix.
Yeah, I think KD is always going. Whenever he goes somewhere, he's always going to be the winner. Yeah, the thing is, I think outside with you, yeah, KD's always winning. But I think after that, I think Phoenix may have won this straight. Because I think if they don't get rid of Booker, I think you're kind of surrounding Booker by like nice young talents. And so you got, like I said, Jalen Green, who's an emerging star, and you also um pair him with Devin Booker, and so now you're kind of taking a bit of the slack off of Devin Booker and kind of opening things up because um while they're both, I think they're both like ball dominant guys, but I think you don't have to worry too much about Jalen Green dribbling all around the court as much. So I think it does take a little bit of that slack
Oh,
off
he
of it.
can't.
So
Halliburton can't put any weight on that leg right now. They showing him going back to the locker room. He can't put any weight, and so McConnell's in the game now. McConnell has been playing well, but he's not Halliburton.
No. And oh yeah, he's just hopping on one leg. His dad, oh man, it's crazy, man. Hopefully he's okay, but I think, and we've been talking about this throughout the entire time we've been doing the live watches. I think you can always have somebody like Siakam has always been the most consistent guy on the floor.
Yeah.
And then you always have people who step up and kind of take off a bit of the slack. But you need somebody like Halliburton is the guy. If you need a big shot, if you need somebody to have the ball in his hand when the game is on the line, you need that guy on the floor.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be difficult. I think Siakam just scored a big time basket or big drive with the foul and one. So yeah, he's been averaging almost 20 points a game during the finals. So we'll see, man. Yeah, it just sucks. Like you put everything on the line, and he did so much. Halliburton did to get the team to a game 7, and for him not to be a part of it, because of the injury, it's gonna suck big time.
Yeah, I think if you're the Pacers, you just need to kind of weather out the storm right now and hope Halliburton can get back maybe by halftime or after halftime. But yeah, if he's not able to return to this game, Ray, it's going to be a long night. Because like you said, Siakam is good. Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Although some would dispute that. McConnell's played good. Neesmith's played good. Not Neesmith, Nembhard has played good. So they've got some players, man. They're a deep team, but their chances of winning this game and this series without Halliburton like dramatically drop if he can't return.
Yeah, that's true. Like you said, McConnell has come up for them big, but another thing we've been talking about these finals is like the bench for the home team. When are they going to step up, or are we going to see more guys like Aaron Wiggins, like a Lou Dort step up? Maybe see Aaron, or I'm about to call him Aaron Caruso, Alex Caruso, aka or you call don't tell me what's his name. I forgot his name. Like
Austin Reeves, Ray.
Austin Reeves 1.0, yeah. But yeah, seeing those guys step up. Let's see if they get a little bit of the home cooking, get a little bit of home bounce on the rims. Because we know SGA is going to get his.
And for the Thunder right now, like, getting back to the game of it all, like this is the time where they kind of need to attack. You never want to see somebody go out, but you need to take advantage of the players that are available to play right now. Like, so they need to go after Indiana right now, in my opinion.
Right. I'm like, where's Jalen Williams? Jalen Williams is off the floor, which is conspicuous in his absence. Ooh. Karen Wallace, he played a pivotal part in game 5, but pretty quiet in game 6. So we'll see if he also steps up too. But yeah, I agree with you. They got to put the pressure on them, put the pressure on Indiana defensively, and just go right at them. Take advantage of Halliburton being off the floor, and that takes away like a big 3-point or a big 3-point threat on their end as well. So
Indiana's hanging with them though, to their credit.
About 20 seconds left in the first quarter.
This would be the time, and you don't want to force things, but if I'm SGA, I kind of start driving and making moves and putting my presence down.
And it looked like that was on the opposite end. That's what Mathurin was doing. Ooh, good drive. There he is. Jalen, don't call me Terrence Williams.
I'm just out here playing basketball, man.
Hey, man.
The 3-point shot is amazing, but if you hit 2 3-pointers plus a 1-pointer, that's 16 points, man. That's an insurmountable league. Like, I don't think that's how it works, Terrence.
Yeah, no.
Chet got to step up in this game.
That's literally what I was just about to say too. He's got to play a factor as well, especially with Halliburton being out.
Like Chet had like 1, maybe 2 good games this whole series, but
yeah,
he has not held up his end of the bargain.
Pat Bradley, aka the Indiana Goon, he about to step up. Like, I ain't heard of this Bama before these finals, and then all I seen was just him just bowing people.
You can't be the Goon and getting in the first quarter. That's not Goon time.
I know, right?
It's not Goon time.
Pat, like, every time it's Goon.
Anytime it's Goon time.
Oh, see, I got 3 now.
Damn, they ain't had to show that again. They showed Halliburton going down again.
Yeah, it's like, I hate when, like, even in wrestling, when they show and they know it's like legit injuries, it's like, I don't want to keep seeing that over and over.
Yeah, like, I get it, like the first time just to establish, like, oh, that's how that player got injured, but going back and back to it, it's kind of like, I don't need that.
Yeah, because how it looked like I said, he planted and he tried to drive, and then he came down. So I don't know if it was like an ankle thing, a hamstring thing. Oh.
Superman. Got a Superman trailer coming your way in like 15 seconds, right?
15 seconds, yeah. Let me start counting down in my head. We still on Home Depot.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we go.
The
Yeah,
trailer
you
looks
get all
pretty
the
good.
references. You get all the references, Nate, so you can tell me if there's any like little spoilers or any Easter
It
eggs.
looks good. Like I'm actually excited for Superman, man. I think this can help turn things around for DC. I know Jermaine Jones, friend of the program, he been out on these streets championing DC for like a decade, and they ain't gave him nothing. Nothing. I mean, they had a couple good things. Like the first Shazam was all right. Blue Beetle was cool, Some of the stuff was all right, but they ain't get that man nothing to repay his faith.
Yeah. What do you think now that they are doing, like they're kind of redoing the DCU, and they've been doing like little things here and there with I know they had, I think, what, the Monster Squad or like some newer
Yeah.
animated stuff on Max,
Creature
now
Commandos.
HBO Max. Yeah. So how do you think they've been kind of rolling out? It seems like they've been slow rolling a lot of things up until Superman. How do you think that's been going so far?
Yeah, even though James Gunn has been around for like a few years in the DCU, I feel like this is kind of the first big moment for his DCU. Like we had Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, but those were still kind of part of the old guard. And so like with the animated shows and now with Superman, I think this is finally James Gunn doing his thing. And I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be a different tone for the universe, which is good. And there's a show that maybe will have some insight about this. A little something we like to call Super Salad, Ray Williams.
Oh.
Coming next month to the Nefarious Media Network. And I've got breaking news. I've got 2 hosts confirmed for Super Salad. I'm waiting for one more host to be confirmed, but I'll go ahead and spoil a little bit of it. The first host is somebody that was one of my top 5 draft picks off the board to host this show. Y'all may remember this young lady from the Batwoman podcast over at the DC TV Podcast Network, where she hosted that for a little minute. And she was a frequent guest on TDT Talks during the pandemic with myself and Steve Willie. OG Rachel is going to be one of the hosts of the show. But then this might be the even bigger news, even though I love me some OG Rachel. I knew OG Rachel was going to say yes. I knew OG Rachel was going to take the Mustang Challenge. This man, I didn't know, Ray, because, this brother just retired a show that a lot of people loved, including myself. And I know you too, Ray. Shot in the dark. Shooting no more. It's shooting no more, Ray. But we was able to reach into the darkness and bring John Cena back into the light. Ladies and gentlemen, John Cena will be one of the hosts for Super Salad here at Nefarious Media.
Nice.
We got John Cena, OG Rachel, and I'm still waiting to hear back from one host because I do want to have 3 hosts on this thing. But we'll have plenty of guests, plenty of voices that you know and love, like myself, Jennifer Smith, Brittany Monet, Brent Chittenden, I'm sure will be a frequent guest. Andy B from Multiverse of Color will be a guest. Tatiana Hollander, friend of the program. But in terms of the release date, we're looking at middle of July, right around Superman's debut, Ray, right around the premiere of Superman. We'll probably give everybody a week or so to watch the movie, and then we'll come back. Our first episode of Super Salad will focus on Superman, Ray.
Nice. Well, it's great to hear the breaking news. Not affiliated with Tyrese Halliburton. We wish you well, brother.
See, but, if I had a graphic here, John Cena is all nefarious.
All nefarious. Oh, well, we appreciate John Cena and OG Rachel for taking up the challenge and being a part of Nefarious Media full time. We know we had them, or at least we've had Cena on as guests for the for Nubian Wrestling Advocates. So it's good to have them officially a part of the team. And the same goes for OG Rachel. I may not be as familiar with her work, but I look forward to hearing her takes on all things.
OG Rachel is good people. She knows the comics, and she's a lawyer. So if we slip up on these streets, Ray, we got legal representation on the payroll, non-existent as it may be.
I got you. Well, I look forward to
It's
hearing
gonna be a
them
lot of pro bono cases up here, Rachel, because we
Oh.
ain't got no money. We got a little money from the patrons, but we could have more if y'all sign up for the Patreon. And you're not just helping us, you helping you. Because if we get 500 Patreon subscribers and 500 YouTube subscribers, you get Ray's feet on these streets.
Okay.
Ray is like, why did I open the door for this? I knew he was just gonna walk right in if I open the door. This ain't a center situation.
Oh my goodness. But yep, looking forward to that and them being a part of the team. So AC Yams. But yeah, man.
Tony Bradley's still on these streets.
Oh, he's actually shooting. He actually scoring points instead of fouling people.
Like there's a random group of guys that are like 25 to 29 that like I remember from college, but it's like they're not like superstars yet. And it's just like, oh yeah, that guy's still in the league. And it's like, well, it shouldn't be surprising because he's only like 20, 25, 26, 27. But it's like, I ain't thought about this brother in like 4 or 5 years.
And I'm surprised you remember him because usually like last 5-10 years has mainly been like the one and dones. And so anybody who's not a one and done and still playing in college is like, oh, that guy? Oh, he in the league? Oh, okay. Oh, ooh, almost.
Yeah, are you excited for a Superman, Ray?
A little bit. The
disrespect you done put on this man's name. How you gonna disrespect Kal-El on these streets? That's what his mama called him.
That's what I mean, I'm not like pumped up, but the thing is, I'm not really pumped up for Fantastic Four either. It's like when I get a chance to get around it.
You don't love family films, right? You don't love families?
I love family. I just I'm trying to.
Ray hated The Incredibles. Like, it's family. I don't want to watch this damn. And they got a baby too. I hate babies. I hate children. Like, damn, Ray, you're supposed to be a teacher. How you hate the kids if you a teacher?
No, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to be cautiously optimistic.
You tempering your expectations.
Exactly. And I don't want to base my opinion off of other people's opinions, but I do want to see the feel for both films before I kind of invest myself into it. So
I'm a little more excited for Superman than Fantastic Four just because like we didn't got Marvel. Like, and I know Fantastic Four is gonna at least be decent. Superman is like interesting because it could either be great or it could be terrible or anywhere in between.
Yeah, that's true. And plus he's like the flagship of that particular brand. So all right, well, let's go ahead and bring on not only our esteemed colleague here at Nefarious Media Network, not only esteemed professor, esteemed doctor, if you will,
got questions that need to be answered.
Science. Well, exactly. Also, we know this brother is one of the shadow brokers of the new reigning regime of the Los Angeles Lakers. So we're gonna bring him on to ask him some very insightful and deep questions to see how that ticks. So without further ado, brother Chris from LA, aka Professor Chris Ely. How you doing, Doc?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all had me waiting here long enough, man. I was about to do some other stuff.
Ray, how you gonna leave? This man is the minority shareholder for the Los Angeles Lakers, part of the new ownership, and you gonna have him backstage all that time, brother?
He snuck in on me, man. He snuck in on me.
He could be at Mr. Childs right now with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka talking about strategy, but he here with us,
man,
right? Show him some respect.
Yeah, I don't. These owners, the way I understand it, were minority owners first,
Right.
and then they bought the majority shares for like $10 billion,
which is
crazy.
Like Not even the whole team, just some shares, Chris.
Yeah, I think Jeannie Buss and the Buss Family Trust is still gonna have minority stake in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of disappointed. Jeannie Buss is real nice and philanthropic. I don't know what these new owners are gonna be. So
yeah. So from what I've heard, so the $10 billion is just an overall valuation of the team.
oh,
So,
okay, cool.
but they didn't purchase them fully for the $10 billion. They purchased enough to become the majority stake because they already had, I believe, 27%.
Yeah, they were already minority
stake.
owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
bought
purchased
enough to
at
get over
least
50%.
Yeah, at least like 25% to get over 50%. But like you mentioned, I think the Bus Family Trust still have a minority stake, and Jeannie Buss is still being recognized as the governor for the team.
Okay, so she's still like the decision maker, or
I think so, which would be odd to see how that works, even though her family has minority stake, but we'll see how that works.
Yeah.
I think a similar thing happened with the Celtics and their former majority owner.
Okay.
But
that makes sense. Yeah,
well, it depends. Because some people buy teams because they want to be Jerry Jones. They want to be all in the video, all on the track. And then some people like Chris, like these are people that made money in other industries, and they look at this as an investment. So maybe they're not like people that want to have their hands all in the basketball of things. So I think if they can just provide the money and leave basketball stuff to like Jeannie and Rob Pelinka and them cats, like I think the team will be in good shape.
Yeah, and I think the people who purchased the majority stake is the same group that has majority ownership of the Dodgers, which is again in your neck of the woods, and also has majority stake in Chelsea FC,
they were
football
talking
team.
about that in one of the group chats.
Do you know, Chris? Obviously you would know because you're part of this minority group. You are the minority in the minority group. But have you heard? Do you know if Magic is part of this in any way?
Well, if it's the same management team that's the Dodgers, then he probably would be a part of it.
That's what
it'd be weird if he wasn't, and that it's the same group and Magic's not with the Lakers. It'd be kind of that's odd.
Maybe because Magic is all things Dodgers these days, man. Like if you go to his Facebook page, him and Jeannie are always at the games, and now going to a Dodgers game is those used to be the cheap games to go to. I remember I could go to a Dodgers game, and you get good seats too for $20, $30 maybe. Now they got like these crazy like luxury packages. And, it is nuts, man. So and now the games are not. It's like going to a crypto.com arena game or Staples Center games. It's not cheap.
They got to pay for Ohtani somehow, brother.
Right.
And that's one interesting thing that I learned from all this happening with the Lakers is that they don't own the building. They don't own the crypt.
No, they don't. They used to own the Great Western Forum, but then they sold that too. So they don't. So they're just leasing out the building. Like anytime they want to, they could just be like, "Yo, we're gonna." I don't know how long their lease is, but they could easily just be like, "Yo, we're gonna play at Intuit Dome also,
right?
And wreck the Clippers." Because does Steve Ballmer own Intuit Dome? I don't know if he does or doesn't.
Oh,
he's got enough money.
Yeah, he really does. Let me see. I'm gonna look that up.
But no, I think this is a good move for your Lakers, Chris. Like just from the standpoint of now, like, and people don't understand, like, because the Lakers are like one of the premier teams in the league. They think the Lakers are on the same level as like somebody like the Knicks, or like in terms of finances.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like this is a family business, you know, with the buses.
Really is,
and so it's like, nah, they couldn't compete with the Clippers of all people, who got Steve Ballmer money, and now they're kind of more on equal footing with the ownership group, because like they got money like that.
Yeah, because what happened with Jerry Buss is he made all his money off of real estate. Like it's adjusted for inflation, it'd be billions, but he was still like active in real estate while he was on the Lakers, and then he kind of transitioned out of it, and then the Lakers became his primary thing, you know.
So not only does he own it, but he had it built.
Right, yeah, because he was the
specific specs.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because Doc Rivers was the one that announced the ownership, or he was the one that announced the building of Intuit Dome, and then like a month later they fired his ass. It's like he did all this grandiose like gesturing about how it's going to be awesome to have their own arena, and then that.
And Steve Ballmer was like, "Yes, it will be awesome, just without you."
Yeah. They sent his ass out the door. Now he's in Philly.
It's not been a good run for Doc ever since he left the Celtics, man.
No, not at all. It's been he's because he's got a lot of players who didn't like him as coach, you know. Like I think I haven't measured this, so this isn't any kind of like scientific information, but I think he's got more ex-players that don't like him than like him. Oh, OKC's opening up a little bit, 37-32.
Yeah, Ray Williams would call this an insurmountable
not yet insurmountable.
Yeah,
let's get to halftime first.
You can't trust these games, man.
Especially this
series, man.
What do you think about Halliburton going down, Chris?
Yeah, man, that sucks. I mean,
like not even like a couple minutes into the game, and it's like, damn.
Yeah. Did they say what it was yet? Has he been diagnosed or?
Not yet. I know they took him back to the trainer's room, and he couldn't even put weight on that leg. So Ray Dr. Williams thinks it may be his hamstring.
Oh yeah.
The way he went down, like Nate was saying earlier, it was non-contact, and like he tried to plan it and accelerate from there. So the way it looked down, I only play a doctor on YouTube now. But it looked like either hamstring or ankle.
Right. Yeah. It sucks, but those are the breaks, man. I remember 1989, like thinking my Lakers were going to just destroy everybody. And then everyone got injured. And 8-year-old me was very sad.
Oh, Chris is like, how was Kurt Rambis going to lead us to victory now?
We
Save us, Kurt.
Championship until 2000. Like we were, but and that was Kareem's last year too. It was 89, I believe. Yeah.
Rambis was on the bench like, don't worry, guys, I got this. It's Rambis time. Give me my goggles. I got work to do.
What Rambis time mean? Taking hard fouls or getting punched? Like, what does Rambis time
I got mean? 6 fouls to give, y'all. I got this. Kurt, we can't get back to the game if you keep fouling people. That's what I do.
It's like, that's the opposite.
Yeah.
You're increasing that lead.
I know the other team the opponent loves Rambus Town.
Yeah.
What do you think about Ray and I talked about it a little bit earlier, Chris? What do you think about KD getting traded to Houston?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's kind of a big deal. I don't think it's as big of a deal as it would have been like maybe a few years ago, but I do think it's going to make Houston markedly better. I think anyone that thinks it's not going to make Houston better is probably getting high on off their own supply, because they'll be better.
Yes.
Will they win the West is the question.
I say no.
Yeah, but they will be. I mean, this season was their first 50-win season in how long?
It's been a minute.
Been a while,
so,
yeah.
They'll be okay.
Yeah, like I hate that they had to give up Green, but I think overall Houston's going to be better just because now they've got like somebody that's a veteran that's been through this. Because like realistically, like their vets on this team last year were Dylan Brooks and Van Vliet, and it's like decent players, but like they ain't like those aren't the vets you need when it's playoff time.
Right? Yeah. True. And KD is a sniper too, so
yeah.
So they'll be okay.
Opens up their offense a little bit more, Ray.
But that was like the last news I expected to wake up to was him being traded. And they did it during Game 7 of the finals too. Like the way the news has been breaking this year has just been crazy. Like, dude, with Anthony Davis, like he had just gotten out of a group text and he was having a dinner date with his wife and found out he was getting traded.
Did you know about this, LeBron? Yeah. LeBron, baby, he ain't texting back. LeBron,
right?
Yeah, I'm so glad I don't have a job like that.
Yes,
like you get
Dr. Ely, we've traded you to UCLA for 3 professors and a pick to be named later.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if I got traded to UCLA, I'd be cool with that because that's in town. But if I got traded across the country, if they traded me to like Columbia, that would be different. Like Columbia or like Princeton or something like that.
Right.
The money would be good, but if I have,
we're trading you to the University of Wyoming.
Like you have to upend in like a couple weeks. You don't even have a long time to do it. Like
Chris at the press conference. I'm happy to be at the University of Wyoming. Like Dr. Ely don't sound happy about this trade.
I know.
The weirdest one was I still remember this like it was yesterday. It was Gary Payton and Ray Allen, and they were playing each other that day.
Yeah,
and Gary Payton became a fucking what was it? Timberwolf, and or what team was Ray Allen?
The Bucks.
Milwaukee.
Bucks, yeah. It was Payton was a Buck, and seeing Ray Allen be a Spur, it was like surreal, man, because it happened like it was like the trade was made that day, and they were in different uniforms that day.
People forget Ray. Like everybody remembers Ray Allen from the Celtics or the Heat, but like Ray Allen was a beast on the Sonics too, man.
Oh yeah,
he was a beast
and the
on
Bucks.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, he was Bucks, and he was a decent actor too. And He Got Game.
Yeah,
I didn't really love the movie he did with Adrian Grenier, the dude from Entourage. It was okay. I think it's a straight to video movie.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, I forget the name of it, but it wasn't great. And I think straight to video in 2025 now is straight to Tubi.
Right. Essentially.
Hey, Tubi got some heat for you, man, if you're willing to go through all the menus.
I've watched a couple of them. It's not like horrible, but it's
going to take you a while to find something good, but they got it in there somewhere, Ray.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's where like most of Michael Jai White's new movies go, is like Tubi and stuff like that.
I got
I
this
mean,
exclusive Tubi contract.
yeah, I think like because what Michael Jai White did was he took himself out of the studio system,
Mm-hmm.
and is now and just does those corny movies, and people like laugh at him for it, but he doesn't have to. He's not a slave to that system in Hollywood.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he could do like his passion projects, not Napoleon Dynamite, Black
Black
Dynamites,
Dynamite,
Yeah.
which
and
we
the,
talked about on Kung Fu Island, available
Yeah.
at the Nefarious Media Network Patreon.
and also the Outlaw Johnny Black, which is
Yeah.
I've been trying to
I haven't
get
seen it
that
yet,
and
but it
see that
looks
one
funny.
on. Yeah, it does. And it's interesting you bring that up, Chris. I saw this guy. He's like a mixed martial artist or
Mhm.
former mixed martial artist / martial arts gym owner, and he was mentioning how we don't have enough. What happened to the old school like martial arts action star? Like they're trying to make
Right.
all these
Yeah.
big time actors into
Yeah.
martial arts stars, like with
Van
the
Damme.
Nobody films with Bob
Yeah.
Odenkirk, and with Anna de Armas with the
Mhm.
ballerina movie,
Yeah. Yeah.
and of course John Wick with Keanu Reeves. But Keanu Reeves has always been a action star, but he hasn't been known as like a martial arts
Yeah.
artist.
Like when
So,
I was a '90s kid,
mm-hmm.
I used to love every single one of those corny ass movies. Like
Oh yeah.
there was Billy Blanks had like 1,000 of them. It was Billy Blanks. It was Van Damme. Like Van Damme was hot, and then
Yes.
his shit started going straight to video.
Yeah.
Then Wesley Snipes, there was a whole season where he was just before the Blade movies, and maybe even some in between the Blade movies. He was doing straight to DVD movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Like you
there's
said.
a budget. Those things don't have we don't have like a action star like that anymore, like a
Right.
Jackie Chan or a
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the closest thing that we have now is a Jason Statham.
Yeah, yeah. You could
but
probably put him in that mix.
but like you said, like the Michael Jai Whites, even though they've been out for a while, they're not getting as much like
Right.
notoriety because they're doing things. They're doing things like you said, he's doing things outside of main studios. And I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
this guy, Scott Adkins, who's terrific, but
Right.
they're
Yeah.
not hyping him up like that, even though he makes some
hmm
decent films. So,
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, I think just there's a lot of gatekeepers in Hollywood.
mhm.
Um, man, how many lead changes have there been in this motherfucker, man? This is like now it's 43 to 42.
Yeah, it's been quite a few, man.
Yeah.
Again, even in the absence of Halliburton, I think Indiana has been finding ways to keep
hmm
up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Indiana's good, man. I
Mhm.
knew last week when we did the show, I was like, this shit is going to 7 games. I was 100% convinced of it before we started the show last week. I was like, yeah, this shit is going to 7 games. This is these two teams are just they're playing lights out basketball. And whoever loses is going to be real disappointing for them. And I actually think whoever loses has a very good chance of winning next year.
Mm. Now, do you think if OKC loses that they pretty much just screwed the pooch? Like they should have been hands down winning
Yeah,
from the
I think
outset?
so. I think anytime you're a team like that, like if you're like anything like the '96 Bulls, and you're winning all those games,
Right.
and then during the regular season, and then when the postseason comes, you lose like the Warriors did. That just all that shit you did during the regular season doesn't matter anymore. I mean, you gotta win it. If you get to that point, you have to win it all. You just have to.
Yeah. So you're saying if they lose, then they need to go out and get Kevin Durant, but they can't do that no more.
I don't know how much it would wreck their chemistry to get another person,
Like the
but
star.
I don't think you could have a winning season like that and just be like, okay, we're losing in the playoffs now. I just don't. I mean, it fucks up your. Luckily, the Warriors were able to get it back, but that season is like, because to me, I think the two best basketball teams ever, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Lakers fan, but I think it's
sure.
the Bulls and the 2001 Lakers, just because of the way the 2001 Lakers cleaned up during that postseason. And that first game against the Sixers was a gift to the Sixers anyway, man. Like they could have swept that whole fucking thing.
Just blew them out the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you'll see teams like that again.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially now that they have all this thing, and I am not the sports economic mind to go into all this first apron, second apron, and all the new cap stuff. I don't know nothing about that, but I heard it's going to be that much harder to have like those big time teams, especially if you're trying to field like more than one or two superstars on the team with the amount that they get paid. So
yeah.
Ooh. Hartenstein and one. Good take by Hartenstein.
Yeah, I think if you are the Pacers, like you got to be disappointed right now. Not the Pacers. If you're the Thunder, you got to be disappointed right now, Chris, because it's like y'all should be rolling these boys.
Yeah,
right.
Y'all should be rolling these boys, and they hanging right there with you.
Yeah.
And let me see how much.
Like they are not laying down, like they're not giving this shit to you. You gotta take it from them.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
SGA is 5 of 11 shooting, 14 points. He's the only person. Looks like he's the only person on OKC in double digits.
Yeah. I'm already picking the Pacers to win this game by 6 or 7.
Okay.
That's
who you got, Ray? Who your pick?
It's a worthless prediction, but
for what it's worth, I think OKC is going to find a way to pull it out. We've seen these close games before, and we've seen OKC, especially at home, kind of pull it out once they got into the third and the fourth quarter. So I think they can find a way.
Yeah, I don't think Halliburton coming back. The whole family at the locker room now.
Oh,
the mom, the dad, like the brother, like
yeah. Now they have to win it for them.
Yeah,
they do not.
They got to win one for the Gipper.
At least we know Dad ain't gonna get into nobody's face now. He in the back.
Nice.
Yeah, it says will not return lower leg, so it doesn't say specifically, but I'm thinking either that hammy or that ankle.
It's the hand. I don't think it's the Achilles tendon, but I do think it's the hamstring. I think he pulled a hamstring.
Pacers go to the half with a 1-point lead, Ray Williams.
Ooh.
Wow, man.
It can be surmounted.
If I'm the OKC coach, there's different kind of tactics you use, Chris, when you're trying to motivate a team. Yeah. Sometimes you can be calm. Sometimes you can play the mind games like Pat Riley used to do. Right now, though, if I'm the OKC coach, I'm the foot in the ass coach.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell, y'all? Like if y'all ain't gonna play, I can go home. It's Sunday night. I can be with my family.
Yeah, yeah. Because they've been struggling against teams this whole postseason. OKC, struggling in series I didn't think they really should be struggling against. But this whole postseason's been weird because a lot of the teams that I picked to win just didn't do shit. So, and a lot of and home court advantage hasn't meant shit in the postseason because all the road teams have been killing it.
Yeah.
So I don't even know. Like I can't explain this season.
Yeah, the Oklahoma City's offense doesn't look right now.
Yeah.
Settling for too many 3-pointers. Like your boy Chet. I'm gonna get on Chet. If I'm the head coach, I'm getting on Chet in front of everybody. Sometimes you got to make an example, Chris.
Yeah.
Be like, Chet, I don't give a damn how we drafted you. If you don't start playing, you're gonna be sitting next to me the whole rest of the game, Chet.
Yeah. Is that laundry change? Okay.
But I think in these playoffs, though, as I mentioned last time, during our last live watch, I believe they're undefeated after a loss. So
yes.
Mm-hmm. Who the Pacers or the
Thunder?
Thunder. Oh, okay.
So
I think that makes the law of averages work against them then.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because the law of averages, because that's what messed up the Broncos, the Patriots that one year. Is they won every game they were supposed to win, and then the one game that they were the one game that they needed to win to solidify them, they lost it to the whack ass New York Giants. So,
true, and I agree they are whack. Yes.
Yeah.
First half in Game 7, 5 largest lead by either team in the game. 10 lead changes. So there's your answer, brother Chris. 10 lead changes.
Okay, yeah, because I was losing count of how many lead changes that there were. Like, man, this is crazy.
But good people, we gave you our picks who we think we're gonna win. We got a poll up in YouTube. Go ahead and join us and plug in who you got, who's winning. I'll keep it up. I'll keep it going until the end of the third quarter, and then I'll close out the poll. But let us know who you got. Indiana. Why I keep wanting to say the Indianapolis Pacers, Indiana or OKC. Who you got?
We got any results right now, Ray?
I believe right now it's 67% out of a total 3 votes, but I'm sure people are trickling in.
Okay. You could have said that without giving the number of votes, Ray.
Yeah, yeah, my bad.
Not to produce the producer, but it sounds more impressive. Out of our totals, 67% think that the Pacers are going to win out of 3 people. Like Ray.
I should, yeah. I'm too honest sometimes, but yes, 67% of those who voted.
Okay, probably a lot of people too.
Say OKC. So.
Yeah.
And then speaking of people watching, just real quick, if you are a member of the Patreon, you can join us via the special link that is on our Patreon. Patreon.com/Nefarious Media Network. If you're watching the game along with us and you want to hop on and tell us why we're right or why we're wrong, or you just want to talk to Ray about Superman or talk to Ray about his feet, you can hop on the chat and we'll have that conversation.
Talk about Superman. What's going on with? Oh yeah, I heard
the new movie. They showed a trailer in the first quarter.
Oh yeah, when is that?
Ray and I were talking about that for a little bit.
I don't know about these Warner Brothers movies anymore, man.
Not even with James Gunn trying to save the day, Chris.
I mean, I don't know if he can. I mean, the thing is I don't think it's ever a problem with the creatives at DC. I think the creatives have their visions, and that's what their visions are. And then I think management comes in and tweaks and destroys their movies and stuff. And to me, the casebook example of that is Justice League, because I love the recut Justice League that came out on HBO Max.
Yeah, the Snyder cut.
The Snyder cut, yeah. The original one, it wasn't horrible. It was just more of like 90s cheese, you know?
Yeah, I have high hopes, Chris. Like, I don't know if those hopes are going to be rewarded, but I hope that Superman is good. And again, we'll talk about it on Super Salad, one of the new programs coming to the Nefarious Media Network next month. But I hope James Gunn can kind of turn things around, Chris. Like the trailers have looked good at least.
Yeah. I thought the trailers. I'm interested to see Mr. Terrific on a big screen for the first time.
Yes, it's like a deep pull to bring Mr. Terrific out in this movie.
Yeah. I mean, he was okay on Arrow, but they
Echo Kellum played him on Arrow.
Yeah, Echo Kellum, and I used to like Grand Crew for the 2 seasons it was on with Echo Kellum.
But, he's a good actor.
Yeah. But I was a fan of the Mr. Terrific comic book, so the retcons for the TV for Arrow just didn't
sit well with you.
Yeah.
Chris was one of them dudes on the internet, Ray. This is not comic accurate.
Well, I wasn't doing all that shit, but it was just like I accepted it.
Ray trying to eat something real quick, like we didn't notice, Ray.
Yeah. I mean, but that was just how expendable Mr. Terrific was, you know.
Yeah.
Is like they could just take him and change all his history and shit, and that's it, you know. So I didn't complain about any of this stuff. It was just and they changed his name too, you know.
But if you must know, brother Nate, I was exiting saliva, brother. But thank you for putting that on blast, putting me on blast. I was trying to be professional this time. I ate already. I ate before the show, even though I got a slice of baklava waiting for me.
Yeah.
You got Greek Ray Williams out here.
Uh-oh. What's what your girl saying?
Echo in the building.
Was Echo? Yeah.
Oh yeah, nah.
Google.
I don't know. Every time I turn the air conditioner on, it says that it's not responding, and then the air conditioner comes on anyway. And then I don't get it. This apartment complex is not the most modern building. I asked ChatGPT the other day how old my building was. It was built in the 1960s, and it was remodeled in 2010-ish, or might have been 2005. I don't know. Long ass time ago.
You know, with that Lakers money now, you can upgrade, Chris.
I always tell my wife, like if this book deal hits the way I want it to hit, we're gonna move to the Ritz residences, and then just have those people. They park the cars for you and everything. Only thing we'd have to worry about is the HOA fee, which would be expensive as hell. But you know, but they come and clean your room every day.
Oh wow!
Oh,
and we'd have some famous neighbors if we were to move to the Ritz residence.
Chris rubbing shoulders with Hollywood elite. He gonna get too big time for us then, Ray. He's like, sorry guys, I can't make the podcast.
No, I'm trying to like make sure that we all come up together because like my Substack has been going crazy ever since I joined Lincoln Square.
Okay.
Like people are like following me on Blue Sky. Like I got like easily 1,000 followers this week, and that's just based off of 2 articles that I published with them.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I was wanting to have a meeting sometime this week about connecting the Nefarious YouTube channel to Lincoln Square to see if they would jump to following us on there the way they are to my Blue Sky account, you know?
Right.
Because if that were the case, then I think we could start monetizing relatively fast, like seriously modern monetizing. Not to put all our business out on YouTube land, but you know.
Right. But yeah, that's why I was like, just let me know how we could link them together, and I'll do that.
We'll look at that some. I'm not working this. The only thing I have this week is I have to go to the neurologist because they're starting me on a new therapy, and then I forgot what else I'm doing, but I'm starting a new online certification class for Ventura College. So
okay.
But I do feel the tide turning for us this year. I've been saying it, and I've been seeing it.
Well, let's hope there's still a country for us to have to turn the tide in a few months.
Yeah.
Depending on the stuff that happened yesterday.
The good thing about Donald Trump and those bums is that they're all incompetent. Like if Donald Trump had like Dick Cheney's brain, we'd have a lot to worry about.
Yes.
Because Dick Cheney was at least strategic, you know. Donald Trump just thinks he could wish upon a star, and the bullshit that he says is gonna happen or will happen, you know. And that's just not strategy.
It was so interesting too, like over the past week with that interview between Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson. Ted Cruz pretty much sticking his foot all the way in his mouth.
Yeah, because he couldn't answer Tucker Carlson. Well,
not Tucker being an actual journalist for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, he used to
literally
be a
2
real
seconds.
Journalist. I never was one to agree with Tucker Carlson, but I was telling my wife the other day, he was at least a good journalist. Even like on that Crossfire clip, where everybody like says that Jon Stewart ate his lunch. I actually thought that Tucker Carlson did a good job against Jon Stewart, because I thought he brought up a good point about, you know, you're over here, you're saying you talk to talking puppets, but you still talk to like your show comes on after Talking Puppets, but you're still talking to luminaries and people like that. I hate when people do that shit. It's like you can't just be like, oh, I come on Comedy Central, so I don't have to do real journalism. That is bullshit. When you're talking to those people, like Desmond Tutu and people like that, you need to be doing your job.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. That makes sense.
But I do think that Jon Stewart got him on a lot of stuff, but I thought that Tucker Carlson at least made a couple points until he turned into this because the shit he's doing, he knows what he's doing is bullshit. You know,
he's a grifter.
Yeah. He knows it's a grift. It's just that's the least common denominator.
So many of these people are grifters, Chris.
Yeah.
Like they know what they're doing.
Right, yeah. Like they count on fealty of dumb people, like anti-intellectuals. And the ironic thing about them, because I'm writing a whole chapter on my book about this, is all of those people, Bill Maher, Ben Shapiro, Umar Johnson, Boyce Watkins, all of those motherfuckers.
Hold on now, brother. Before you speak, I'm gonna give you 10 lashes for that one, Chris.
But they all tell people that college is stupid and dumb, and they all have like advanced degrees.
Correct.
Bill Maher has a bachelor's degree, but he went to Cornell. You know, it's like
college is dumb for you, but not for me.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're telling these people, even though the only reason why people take y'all seriously is because of your degrees. Because anytime somebody wants to argue Ben Shapiro's smartness to me, they always be like, well, he went to Harvard and got a JD, and you know, it's like, so what is it? Is don't go to college, or this guy went to Harvard, or you know.
Right. Does it matter or does it not?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whatever they just showed at Subway looks pretty good. That's the commercial that came on in my local market.
Subway?
Yeah. Or was it Del Taco?
I know Subway got that new Doritos gimmick that's not bad. I'm sure it's not good for you, but it's not bad.
Is it outside of the Locos Tacos?
It's like a nacho.
Yeah.
It's either steak and nacho or chicken and nacho, but it's on Doritos. So it's like it looks good, but I'm sure it's not like super duper healthy.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't care about that shit, man. Those are cheat days, you know.
Yeah. From what I hear, yeah, they just take like the little bag of Doritos off the shelf, and then they just throw that in the thing, and then throw some stuff on top.
Oh yeah, well, I was doing that shit anyway. That ain't nothing spectacular.
I'm like, man, if y'all doing that, and then I got to pay like $5, $6, $7 for it, I might as well bring my own Doritos in there. And y'all do it.
Real.
Y'all fix it up for me. I'm gonna get the big bag.
So this is going to be interesting because I'm sure, and I'm speculating here, Chris, in the first half, a lot of the Pacers players didn't know the extent of Tyrese's injury because they playing the game. But at halftime, it's like, oh, now everybody knows this is serious and my boy ain't coming back. So it'll be interesting to see what the mentality is here in the second half.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, because now, you're playing.
Now it's real. It's like, oh, shit, he's not coming back.
Right.
And TJ McConnell like, I got to do this? It's TJ time?
Yeah. Right. We'll see who steps up, man. Whoever steps up might buy themselves a huge-ass contract.
Yeah.
It's like, it's interesting, too, because Nembhard, he's the one who's kind of picked it up a little bit. He has 9 points, but then you look at the stats, and it's like Halliburton had 9 points before the end of the first quarter, and Nembhard just got 9 points after the entire half. It's like, oh, is that going to help us hold up?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh,
big thing for OKC is if they can limit the turnovers, because that killed them in the first half.
Yeah. Destroyed them.
And that killed them in game 6 too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, and that's kind of their identity has been strapped down defense, and they are the ones that force the turnovers and gets the points off turnovers. So when things flip, then it seems like they don't know how to recover.
That was one of those shots where you're like, don't do it. Oh, good shot.
Yeah,
you'll see it in 10 seconds, right?
Exactly, in about 10 more seconds. Oh, he had to shoot it up. Oh, he had to get it up before the end of the shot clock. He was just like, I just chuck it.
Woo. A lot of fouls early in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris, I said it in our group chat on Twitter. What did you think about the SmackDown Friday night, brother?
I didn't even watch it. I thought that was garbage stuff though. I think was it Pollock I was talking to with the R-Truth and how they kind of had him doing stuff with Malachi Black and all that, and I don't know, man. I think they're trying to they're using placism on Alistair Black, or not Alistair Black, on Ron Killings, and we'll see how much of it he puts up with, man. But,
yeah, it feels like they're slowly but surely trying to evolve him back or devolve him back, however you want to look at it, to the R-Truth character, to the fact that nobody in the announcer's desk calls him Ron Killings. He's raw R-Truth. The graphic says R-Truth. The only people that call him Ron are like the wrestlers backstage.
Yeah.
And then he had that match, and like the match wasn't great. We knew it wasn't going to be a technical spectacle, but it was just like as soon as they did the DQ finish, he was just gone. Like he was gone. There was no R-Truth.
Everything was stupid about that, man. It was like that whole episode. Like R-Truth got emasculated. He just got treated like a chump and an afterthought. CM Punk looks stupid.
Yeah.
If this was CM Punk in 2011, he'd already be throwing a hissy fit. Like I'm waiting on him. I'm not even saying if he's gonna throw a hissy fit. I'm waiting for the day he does, because I think this shit is gonna get so ridiculously stupid. He's gonna start losing his mind.
Yeah, like it's crazy because that was like probably the best we've seen of heel Cena, but it came at the expense of Truth and CM Punk. And so it's like, what did we really gain?
It's like they're doing something with heel Cena, but the story that they're telling is like getting rid of a character that was heating up, and then getting rid of the other hot babyface act that you have on the show. That if you put against Cena, not everybody's gonna be booing CM Punk, But if they do that much, if they do that shit that much more, I mean, I'd start booing his ass. Because it was corny. He looked like an idiot, man.
And then his ass, like, okay, not only did they put him through the table, Ray, but he had to lay there for like 8 minutes while Cena gave his promo.
Yeah.
Like, come on, brother. We done seen you get up from that before.
You're complaining about what the Young Bucks did to you when you were at AEW, and you just go to WWE and put up with this fuckery, man.
Right.
Like, I don't even know what the Young Bucks did that was that bad, to you specifically, shit, man. Like, I'd much rather, if you're talking about from a creative standpoint, I'd much rather deal with Tony Khan than with whatever the hell that was on Friday night.
Yeah. Like, and by the end of it, Cena was getting cheers.
Yes. Right. It's like, what
are we doing?
About, man?
Right.
Like, like this dude should not be getting cheered like that. You expect some nostalgia cheers,
right?
But CM Punk shouldn't be treated like a chump. It kind of reminded me like back in the NWO days of WCW. Like if you put the NWO against hot baby faces like a DDP or a Sting or a Goldberg, the fans would react how they were supposed to react. But if you put them up against like one of the loser WCW guys, then
La Parka, like damn La Parka.
Yeah. Like NWO would be getting the cheers, And and they treated like CM Punk like they treated him like 90s Laparco or one of the Vianos.
Damn, not the Vianos. Vianos 6 and 7, Chris. Damn Vianos. Boy, I forgot all about them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing was, I think they were trying to make the allusions towards the original pipe bomb, which happened 14 years ago.
Yeah.
And so they were trying to make allusions to that, similar to how John Cena was broken through a table, even up to the opponent that each man was
because he was R-Truth.
So I think they were trying to make all of those references, but when it's manufactured, it doesn't hit.
Triple H is not a good booker. He's a better booker than Vince McMahon.
You enjoying the show, kid?
In the 2020s. I think people get good confused with not bad.
Right.
Good is its own thing. Not bad is just the status quo shit we get from WWE. You know?
And I just think, especially like everything, I thought it was kind of decent, but then like, come on now. John Cena's pipe bomb presented by Slim Jim. How you gonna put the Slim Jim logo on the table?
Because I honestly do think that Cena, he came to WWE in the fuck around stage. And I think he's in the and find out stage of his WWE tenure. Because I don't even think this is the stupidest thing they're going to make him do. And I don't know how prepared he is for not, if he's just ready to eat and swallow that humble pie, or if he's going to be throwing more hissy fits. Because I'm 100% convinced they're going to have him do stupider shit.
Yeah. Now, go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say it might even be by design too. Triple H might be trying to phase him out and, put, baby faces that are going to take him into the 2030s,
Right. And I didn't see, I mean, I thought the promo, for as corny as it was, I think it kind of worked. Especially with him and it's kind of low key, pretty much highlighting what CM Punk says. Like, you're just trying to be me and you're taking all of my lines. You're trying to be like me. And this is just even more proof of that, I think.
Yeah. I mean, if you define what it worked is, it probably did work, I don't know what work means in this scenario. Like, to make if the goal was to make CM Punk look like an idiot, it worked 100%.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, you got no argument for me. If the goal was to make Cena look cool at the expense of CM Punk and R-Truth, then that was accomplished as well.
And here's the thing, though, Chris. Like, I think you could have done everything that they did on Friday. Just tweak it a little bit, and it works. Like, for instance, you have the DQ finish.
Thunder are running away with this.
Yeah, they starting to get a little mojo now. Like, I think you can still do everything they did on Friday, just in a different fashion, and it works, Chris. Like, you can have the DQ finish of the Cena R-Truth feud, but instead of R-Truth disappearing, they start brawling, and they have to be separated. So R-Truth stays hot, and while Cena kind of retreats back to the ring, there's Punk, and Punk jumps him, but then Punk gets put through a table, and then they cart Punk out, so Punk's not laying there the whole damn time. Right. And Cena cuts his promo, and then that's how you end the show, with Cena in the ring cutting the promo. I think that works a little bit better than what they did, because you keep Punk and Truth strong.
But again, I think they wanted to go back to those illusions of 2011 where John Cena was still sitting through the table, and so they wanted to kind of have that dichotomy of showing Punk on the ramp and showing Cena laid out, and they wanted to keep on going back and forth. But again, it just didn't. I don't
because
think they
Cena
pulled
and
it
Punk
off.
are not the same kind of characters. That kind of
Exactly.
shit worked with Punk in 2011 and worked with Cena because Cena was a corny baby face. And you expect him to be in these corny scenarios. CM Punk is a character that has been like polished over time and has edge to him. And he's got to keep that in order to be relevant, you know.
Or you have Cena cut the promo after they break him and Truth up, finishes the promo, Punk comes out, has the advantage for a second, then gets put through the table.
Right, yeah.
Like I think, yeah, there were little tweaks they could have made, Ray, to still kind of keep the illusion to what happened back in the day without sacrificing the Punk character and the Truth character.
Yeah. That was my only thing, was like, you got two characters here.
Because Truth's whole thing, the whole show, Chris, was I got to get my hands on Cena.
Right.
He gets hit with the belt, and we don't never see this brother again.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to kill him.
I'm going to kill him. Oh, he hit me with a belt. I'm going home, y'all.
And it's
start flopping like Caitlin Clark.
And it's a product that's like starting to like cool off too. I mean, I think they're doing good with arena gates and stuff like that. But people are not like as bullish on WWE this month than they were even at the beginning of the year, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I agree as well. And I think, even though we hoped the buzz behind Truth would withstand all this, I think that's kind of starting to fade as well.
It's almost like they're actively trying to kill it, Chris.
Right, yeah. I heard Pollock say that, well, they didn't have him definitively lose. I mean, that's probably something that he put in the contract. But
right.
We could still have you look stupid without doing that, so it doesn't matter.
And honestly, I think a loss may have been better. Like if Cena kicked him in the nuts and cheated to win and ran off, Truth still has some heat to him.
Right. Yeah. Like what they did on Friday was just, I just don't understand it. I understand it from the standpoint that Triple H is just not a great booker, and that's just the bottom line with it. He's okay.
Not enjoying the show, kid.
He's better than Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon was rock bottom in his last years. Like the prime years for Vince McMahon were the 80s, and then the 90s when he was doing the Attitude Era stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Now, do you guys think that this leads to a triple threat at Night of Champions?
Between Cena, Truth, and
Cena, Truth, and Punk.
No, I mean it could. It could. I don't want to like emphatically say no, because I really don't know what Ron Killings negotiated with those fools. So it could, you know, but I mean, if Friday night was an indication of the future, then no, it just wasn't.
Yeah, well, even if they were planning to keep Truth hot, I wouldn't have him involved in this match.
Right.
Except maybe the jump scene at the end. Like, I'm still gonna kill you, John. But like I feel like I got a bad feeling about this. Chris, like I think they are trying to slowly transform him back into R-Truth. And it's not cool, man. It's like your brother worked hard to get to this point, and like you are actively working against the character, I think.
He's like he's fell into the same.
We couldn't even go 2 weeks without with them calling him Ron Killings. Like immediately they went back to R-Truth.
Right. Yeah.
Even on the damn graphic, Ray.
Yeah. Like he's falling back into the same. They did the same thing with the Blue Meanie. They did the same thing with Matt Hardy. They did the same thing with R-Truth. It's like the fan. If you get some fan backlash, so you give them a little bit of shine, and then just go back to doing shit the way you did it the first place. You know.
Similar to when Punk initially left 14 years ago. Everybody's like, oh, Punk gonna go off to Japan. He gonna go off the ROH when ROH wasn't owned by AEW. He gonna go off. He gonna do all this stuff on an independence because he gone. 2 weeks later, that Bama show up on TV. They end up losing in SummerSlam. With doggone Kevin Nash making a return with his hair bleached black or his hair dyed black.
Yeah, and they were in the explanation for Kevin Nash was Kevin Nash texted himself.
Yes,
it was dumb, man.
Very
and
dumb.
then CM Punk, like when all the wrestlers walked out, CM Punk was supposedly one of the cool cats that didn't walk out on their boss. Like, what the fuck, man? Why are you booking this guy to be a corporate stooge with Sheamus? And you know,
yeah. So, and then my second question: do you guys think, with all now this stuff happening around the Middle East with Iran, do you think because Riyadh is not too far away from Iran, and especially with them being on edge, do you think Night of Champions is going to happen next week? And if it does it happen in Saudi?
I'll put it this way. You'd have to pay me a ton of money to get on that plane to Saudi in this climate. Because I don't know how wise that is. You know, I just don't like, and I don't know what, because WWE, they do shows in the middle of fuckery in the past. You know, I mean, it's like they were like Vince McMahon, like after 9/11, like his bragging rights were, we were the first arena show. When after 9/11, Stephanie McMahon was saying that the terrorists were like the federal government going after Vince back in the day. So I don't know, man. I just wouldn't be flying in the fucking Saudi right now. That's just
right.
Me.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't maybe you could say, I mean, I know they hate to do like last minute stuff and then end up doing it like in Tampa in Full Sail or something like that, or bringing the Thunderdome back since it's on such short notice. But it's like, yeah, you cannot with all this stuff, especially Paul with your boy and your boy in his cabinet having all this stuff going on. Yeah, I think he needs to fall back, maybe try to make some changes, see if he could reschedule the Night of Champ, or reschedule that booking, but still have Night of Champions somewhere else. So.
Right, yeah.
No, they ain't rescheduling Ray.
Yeah.
They ain't rescheduling Ray.
Yeah.
The plane was already about to get taken over like back in 2018.
When they used to do the tribute to the troops show at those military hangars back in the day, the only one that was like, I ain't going to this shit was Rob Van Dam. Like, he was actually getting mad at Vince McMahon for continuing to try to convince him to go to them in the middle of a war zone. I mean, those wrestlers are gonna be good little soldiers. You know, they're gonna do that. I think it's a nice thing to do for the troops, but I mean, I at the end of the day, I have to. The priority has to be me coming home in one piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, like the troops. That's what they. You know, they signed up for these military operations and stuff. So if I'm gonna be doing like a USO thing or whatever, just put me in a safe place.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, it only makes sense.
And don't have me flying on a fucking cargo plane, especially when you're bragging about how much money you have now.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the thing too. It was like a similar thing a couple years ago. It was something happened to one of the top something happened to one of the top guys in Iran. So like their plane had gotten shot down. And I think that was a similar time where they were going to WWE was going to Saudi, and they were like, "Oh, we still going." It was like, oh,
yeah. So, and that's how they operate, you know.
Yep.
I mean, people like that though. They don't learn until something happens, you know. And even after that, they don't learn, you know. Everything is.
It's sad that it takes that though.
Yeah. OKC opened up a double digit on these Pacers.
Mm-hmm. It's not looking good.
Not looking good. I'll stick with my pick, but yeah, it's not looking good. they're gonna lose probably now, but once you make a pick, you gotta stick with it. At least that's how I am.
Yeah. I think the lead is mounted, but it's not yet insurmountable.
No. Yeah, no, you can surmount that shit.
I mean, I told you, Ray. I told you. See, Chris used the word surmount, so it is a word, Ray. Need you to stop hating, brother.
I didn't say it wasn't.
But as I've said since the first night we started doing these live watches, Ray, Nash Kevin, Knight Brevin, 7-11, OKC and 7.
Yeah, yep.
It
was his pick all along.
My pick the whole time.
All I knew is that it was going to 7. I didn't know who was going to win, but I was like, this shit is going to 7. Especially after that last game. That's when I got on our show last week, and I was like, yeah, this shit ain't ending. This is
no.
You know, this ain't gonna be gift wrapped to OKC. If they want it, they're gonna have to dig deep for it.
All right. Looking back at our poll, 60% of people who voted are choosing Oklahoma City. So get those votes in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna close it out in about a minute 17.
Like, is okay. Now you're doing it with 11-point lead, picking OKC. Why did you guys vote on this stuff? I mean, your credibility is shot.
You never know though.
Front runners.
You never know.
We might get a rush of Indiana fans.
But then the polls results will start changing again, man.
And you know as well as anybody, Professor, about polls getting skewed.
Yeah. I mean, the Thunder the Thunder needs to win this for their own benefit for the season that they had.
Yeah.
Because all that shit that they went through during the regular season wouldn't mean a thing if they lost, man. And that's just the bottom line of this crap, man.
And that's one thing I was asking Chris while you were briefly out, brother Nate. Are you in the same boat as him? Do you feel as though if OKC does happen to end up losing this, that it's a disappointment regardless of this being like their first time in the finals in like 10 years, regardless of them winning 68 games? Do you feel as though they were they are already meant to win this, and that if they don't lose it, that it's a disappointment?
I mean, to paraphrase my man Max Specials on IG, check that brother out. Bad News Native that does food reviews. He talks about presentation at these restaurants locally. He talks about some the good food items, but a lot of times, Ray, when it's something bad, he's like, that was a disappointment. And that's what it would be for the Pacers, for the Thunder if they lose. Like, it wouldn't be to the level of Golden State back in 2016, because that was just an absolute collapse that forced them to rig the game and bring in Kevin Durant to form the West Coast Avengers. But like, it would be a disappointment. Like, against any other team, though, I think you could buy it. Like, if it was against the Celtics, it's like, okay, OKC was just young and not ready. Even if it was against the Knicks, like the Knicks are a little bit more battle tested than OKC at this point. But I think going into this series with Indiana, two relatively young teams are relatively new to this level of the playoffs, at least, even though Indiana was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. I feel like this would be a disappointment, particularly with the Halliburton injury. It's like, y'all had to win that one. So, like, if the Pacers find a way to come back and win this one, it would sting. It would sting for a while for the OKC fans.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is when you're a team that's had a winning season, and especially if it's a like good winning season when you're like 10 games over 500, and then you just lose in the postseason. It's never a good look.
True. Yeah, I dig what you guys are putting down.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's over for them, but I think
it's not like they're a young team and they've got like a ton of first round picks. So but like they're going to be in the mix for the next 5 years.
Yeah. And the down part of it, though, also is that they are a young team, and older veteran teams are going to be able to take those kind of losses better than young teams, I think that's probably why we've had like so many one and dones this decade, It's because there's not a whole lot of like vet presence on some of the other teams. I'm not talking about the Lakers and Golden State, but the other teams that won this decade.
All of this may be a moot point as we end the third quarter. 81-68, Oklahoma on top.
I think you could put the I mean, it's still close enough for them to come back.
Yeah, it depends on how they come out, how Indiana comes out first in the fourth quarter. Like, if they come out strong, if they come out fighting, we got a game. If it's more than what we saw in the third quarter, it might be time to put the kids to bed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And we know Ray Williams hates children.
Stop.
I do think the Pacers would probably be looking to make a huge move in the off season if they lose this. They'll be searching for the missing piece.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see like what could they give up though, because you don't want to give up Pascal because he's been such a instrumental piece. You don't want to really give up Halliburton. So
it's not a lot you could give up. I mean, then you have to talk a player to play in Indianapolis. Nobody wants to play there. it's not a fun state to be in. I've been there and had a decent time there, but it's just not a happening spot. Like,
but I don't know, man. Maybe who knows? Ooh, maybe if they get the right, parentheses white presence up in there, maybe a Caitlin Clark-esque presence in Indiana for the Pacers. Who knows? I'm trying to wonder, like, who would be that person, like, in the NBA right now. I mean, we already know Dallas. They're getting their white.
Yeah, I'll say it's the guy that's going to Dallas first in the draft, right?
Yeah. We already know that. unless Indiana can possibly trade for the number 1 pick.
The only other traditional basketball player that comes close will be Austin Reeves from Chris's Lakers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean Alex Caruso 2.0?
Yes. But even then, he'd still, even if he was the most popular Pacer, he'd still only be the second most popular basketball player in the state.
That is true. But you got to work your way up. You can't beat Caitlin right away now. she like homebred, even though she's from like Iowa.
She's like from Iowa, Ray. She's from Iowa, sir.
She's Midwest though. She's Midwest bred. I don't know where Austin Reed from. He might be like
a school in Oklahoma. I don't know if he's from Oklahoma though.
Or Davion, yeah. We can't believe they won it either. We can't believe the Mavs won the lottery either.
Yeah.
Was it won or was it gifted?
Let the conspiracies come out.
Exactly. I was just about to ask. Are you guys on that boat as far as the draft is rigged? Are you guys on that boat?
Yeah. Remember that year that the Magic were garbage the year before, and then the next year they got the number 1 pick after having Shaq, and they got Penny Hardaway.
Yep.
I honestly, I think Penny Hardaway was a great pick, but I don't think it would have been as bad as Shaq thought it would have been if they would have gotten Chris Webber. They do kind of but they do different things as well.
They would have had to have found a good point guard somewhere.
They would have needed a PG definitely, but I don't think it would have been the worst thing if they got Chris Webber. Like Chris Webber is a guy who's I really expected him to win like a bunch of rings in the NBA.
He was really good for a long time.
Yeah. And especially when those Dream Team guys talked about having a scrimmage against them and how like horrible they were against them. Larry Bird was like, I don't want no more of this shit.
Yeah, those Kings teams was good for a while with Webber and Vlade and Peja.
Our boy mid-card, upper mid-card Jay Lacey is chiming in. You didn't believe in Scotty Skiles?
It is a random, one of the most random stats in NBA history is Scott Skiles to this day, Ray. To this day, is still the all-time assist leader for a single game in NBA history.
How many?
Like 20, it's either 22 or 23 assists.
That's a lot.
Like one of the first things I do whenever I start a season on 2K, whether I'm Atlanta with Trae Young, or whether I'm the Lakers with LeBron, or whether I'm the Knicks with Brunson, whoever is my primary ball handler, we breaking that record. It's over for it's over for you, Scott Skiles. I think I had a season where Trae Young had like 25 assists in the first game, and then I think I averaged like maybe 8 assists the rest of the game. But I was like, we breaking this record, Scott Skiles. It's over, brother. It's over.
What you got against Scott Skiles?
Like just the most
that man has something.
Like if you told me Magic Johnson holds the record, I buy that. If you told me John Stockton, I'm gonna pass on his body, I'm John Stockton. If you told me Stockton had the record, I could buy that, Ray.
Right.
Isaiah Thomas, you might be able to fool me, Chris, into thinking Isaiah Thomas got that record. But Scotty Skiles?
Let that boy have something. He ain't had nothing.
Somebody find me the Scott Skiles fan out there. I'll wait.
That's how I think I had gotten like a Scotty Skiles like a basketball card. That's the only way, because I ain't never seen this brother play on TV. I'm like, wait a minute.
Like somebody, if you got a Scott Skiles jersey in your house right now, and your name is not Scott Skiles or one of Scott Skiles' family members, I might grant you a free subscription to the Patreon if you can show us documented proof that you're a Scott Skiles fan and you got a Scott Skiles jersey in 2025. Like, it got to be a new picture. It can't be you from 1995 with your Scott Skiles jersey. It got to be from right now.
Yeah, and it can't be you ordering one and then like a couple days later try even though I think a Scott Skiles jersey would cost more than a subscription, but it can't be you trying to pawn off.
That would be
and
crazy.
Be like,
you
hey,
buying a
$20
jersey to get a $5 subscription. Why not right. Stop playing games and just pay for the damn subscription?
Right. But if you already got one laying around like in your closet, then yeah, let us know.
Right.
Go ahead, put that pictures or it didn't happen.
And you're not related to Scott Skiles by blood or marriage or adoption.
Right. Yeah.
Covering all the bases, Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be like Samaki Walker being like stats or some shit like that.
Like, Chris, I got this brand new Ray for Austin jersey I just bought.
Right. Yeah.
Shout out to Skip to my Lou.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Jay Lacey. Y'all doing y'all thing. Salute. We salute you, brother, and salute you and your co-host for Ring Theory, which is now up on wherever you can listen to podcasts.
Oh, the episode is up?
The episode is up.
Okay, yeah. Check out episode 3 of Ring Theory featuring upper mid-card Jay Lacey, downtown Gerard Brown, and special guest, the man showing feet in the chat like Doja Cat, two-way Ray Williams. I don't think Chris knows about this yet, this plot. Because Chris, we trying to grow the audience here.
There's nothing, Chris.
We're trying to grow the audience, Chris, and there's several different ways to grow an audience. And so, one of the first ideas I had, we talked about this on NWA podcast, was if we get 500 subscriptions on the Patreon and YouTube, we're going to break out Ray SMR. So have Ray whispering sports stuff to you. But we're going to take that a step further, literally. If we hit those lofty goals, Ray Williams going to have his own feet pictures in the chat. Somebody's going to want to subscribe for that. I don't know that person, but there's somebody likes something, Ray, Chris. Everybody likes something.
Yeah.
Like there's somebody out there listening to this podcast. We know who you are. We know who you are, sir or ma'am. That's just like wondering. I wonder what Ray feet look like.
Like Brother Nate said, we won't yuck your yum, but I will be side-eyeing you whenever I see like the super chats come in when my picks come out.
Just start messaging you. What size shoe you wear, Ray? Buy you some Jordans. Chris is like, I don't know about this one, fellas.
I know, right? He's like, I'm trying to sell this book. Don't have this tied to me. Don't have me.
We have to put a disclaimer. Ray Williams' feet pictures are not endorsed in any way, shape, or form by Professor Chris Ely. Damn, since 8:32 in the third quarter, McConnell's been the only person that scored for the Pacers. It might be a wrap, fellas.
Yeah, I think so too. They looks like they just went ice cold.
Yeah. And it's one thing if they went ice cold and Halle was still out there. It's like we still got a shot. We still got a fighting chance. Now it's like, damn. And the crazy thing is, Chris, like, and this is not going to happen because that's not the way basketball works. But if they could have had like maybe a 2-minute halftime instead of the full halftime, I think the game would be a lot closer because they were still fighting. They were still playing hard, and they didn't know the extent of Halliburton's injury. But I think halftime is like, oh, like Bad Boys, shit just got real.
Yeah.
Do that Michael Bay swivel shot, panning around the whole team. TJ McConnell just looking up. Shit just got real.
And that's the thing too. It's like, even though you do have players who can kind of keep you in it, you don't have players other than Halle who could take over. Like Pascal Siakam is like, you ask him to get you 11, he'll get you 18. You ask him to get you 30, he'll get you 18. Like he ain't putting no team
you
on
gonna
his
get
back.
this 18, brother. You gonna get it whether you like it or not.
A solid 18, maybe 20 if he's feeling generous.
Yeah.
Like you ain't gonna have nobody who's gonna take the game over.
Right. Nah.
Yeah, it looks like it's getting pretty surmountable. As surmountable as Mount Everest. Shout out to Darby Allin.
Man's Darby.
Yeah.
and the other thing that's bad about this is in the first half when it was close, Chris, like as loud as the crowd was at the start of the game, they started getting quiet because they was nervous.
Yeah.
Now they saying it with their whole chest now.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got that building on your back.
Doggone Jalen Williams. 21-point lead. Oh yeah. It's getting
Is it insurmountable, Ray?
Even more insurmountable by the minute.
It's become even more insurmountable. We can't surmount this, fellas.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's like 2 mountains on one.
Yeah.
We reached the top of Everest, Chris, but now we got to climb Mount Rainier too.
I mean, the good thing about a loss like this is you could go through the 12 stages. You could get through at least 3 of them before the game is over. You know, like
yep.
The grief and
anger, grief, loss, acceptance, all in the halftime.
Yeah. That's the good thing, because when it's close and you lose, like the Kings to the Lakers that one year where Robert Horry hit that shot at the top of the key, that's gonna sting for a while. I think Vlade Divac is still going to therapy for that shit.
You know what's crazy? Speaking of mountains, so when my family moved to Japan for a few years. I remember when we made it to Japan, we're flying. Like, obviously, Ray, we up in the air, we high. Like, it's a long way from the ground. We passed Mount Fuji, and you can still see the top of Mount Fuji up there in the clouds where we was with the airplane, man.
Wow,
like, that's a big ass mountain, dog. Like, I don't know if we're flying lower than normal, but either way, even if we were flying at a lower altitude, Chris, the fact that a mountain and a plane can look eye to eye at each other, that's high, dog.
Yeah, for real.
Like, we need to pull up so we don't hit that.
Like, why are we flying this close to the mountain, brother?
I know. Oh yeah, but yeah, it's getting even more insurmountable. We'll see what happens. Maybe but it's like you ain't got no reason to start taking out your stars now. It's like, yeah, they ain't going nowhere. Like, this the last game, literally the last game of the season. So I don't know. They have them rest up.
Unless Halliburton is the greatest actor of our generation, and he walk out on the court with 8 minutes and 27 seconds left.
Yeah.
He shows up like Bobby Boucher in The Water Boy. Remember that time when Bobby Boucher came back and we won the Gator Bowl?
They ain't gonna be none of that this
Ain't no Disney ending on this one, Chris.
Yeah, nah.
Maybe it'd be like the reverse Paul Pierce, where they bring him out in a wheelchair and then it's like, shake it off and I'm good.
He pulls a classic Freddie Blassie from The Invasion, Chris. He stands up out the wheelchair like, oh shit, he back, dog. We got this.
Classic Freddie from The Invasion. Yeah, that was horrible, man, back then.
Like, y'all brought Freddie out here for this one, man.
Yeah, and then they had Shane and Stephanie like yell at him and get in his face and shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the like, come on, man.
You don't do my boy Freddie Blassie like that, man.
Yeah.
That Invasion still one of the worst booking decisions in the history of that company, man. And there's been a lot of them.
Yeah. It used to. I mean, John Cena has bumped them back to probably number 3 or 4.
You think this is worse than The Invasion?
Yeah.
Dang.
I think with The Invasion, there was like hope there for a little while.
Right.
until you just realized that they were just going to treat the WCW guys like shit. But you still got Booker T from the Invasion
Right.
And you got Shane Helms.
We got Booker T, Shane Helms. We had that night when ECW joined them.
Yeah, the little Nate, that are still with the company too.
RVD had a good run.
Yeah, you got some good shit out of that. I don't know what positive you're gonna get out of this Cena shit, man.
All these shirts, right, Chris? All these colorful shirts.
Because
and the return of Travis Scott sometimes.
Yeah, because when Hogan became Hollywood Hulk Hogan, even with that, you got guys that were able to ride those coattails with them, like Buff Bagwell.
Yeah,
like he would have stayed a preliminary guy, if he didn't join the NWO.
Damn, Chris, I feel like Black Wade Barrett out here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you, Chris.
Yeah.
I just sent an email to Wei Ting. So Chris and I are joining up with one of our favorite subgroups of the Post Universe this week. Me, Chris, and Wei, your music crew, to do Full Metal for Rewind Away. And we're supposed to do it Thursday, Chris, and my job just hit me up and somebody quit or got fired. It's kind of up in the air right now. And so my only off day this week is going to be Monday. So I just sent an email to Wei, like, when can we redo this and when can you redo this? Because I was looking forward to it, brother.
I'm free all week. So just just get with him and just give me a call. Do I still have Wei Ting's number on my phone? Let me see.
Call Wei Ting.
Hey, right. Well, to bring in some good news, it looks like somebody's is going to go in our WNBA Super Duper Fantasy League.
Wow.
Your boy finally going to get a dub.
This is what happened when the Washington Generals play the other Washington Generals. Somebody got to lose.
Shout out to Vanessa Shark. Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you, Vanessa.
It's a damn shame that I will say it, Ray. It's egregious that you beat Vanessa Shark.
Would you beat her in?
Our fantasy teams matched up this week
with WNBA Fantasy League.
Yeah.
So finally, after I've been getting mollywopped, I was on a 4-game losing streak.
I'm in a tight one with Justin. Right now, he's up 20 points on me, but I still got one more game, I think.
This is going to turn the tide, and Kalia Copper's back too. I'm telling you, this is where the comeback begins, Brother Nate. I told you. I don't know how many more games we got in the season, but
I think somebody's got to stop Steve Willie, though. Like I feel like at this point in the season, yes, we all want to win, but our priority should be stopping Steve Willie. This man is a menace to society. Right. This brother is undefeated right now, Chris. We got to stop Steve Willie.
I think I was his first win. I don't know if I'm gonna have another chance. A crack.
Steve Willie out here on his Goldberg streak. Just who's next?
Don't tell me Williams hurt. I mean, they already winning.
I'm say this: if you're gonna get hurt, this is probably the time to get hurt.
The best time.
Yeah.
Like you can heal up. You can heal up in the off season.
Yeah, because they ain't coming back from this shit in 6 minutes. Yeah, this shit is done and done. 19 points.
Chris is like, cool. The NBA finals are over. I got the rest of my night ahead of me because I live in LA.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's still pretty bright out there too.
So if me and the wife can make reservations to meet up with Jeannie and meet up with Jeannie and who's her fiance or boyfriend? Jay Moore. Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Jay Moore. Hell of a glow up, sir.
He used to be married to Nikki Cox too.
Oh wow, my boy Jay Moore's putting up numbers in the streets.
Yeah.
Right.
And then now he's married to Jeannie Buss, man. Shoot. I'd have married Jeannie Buss's old ass back in the day.
I wonder what Nikki Cox is doing, boy.
But yeah.
And somewhere.
Yeah. Like,
I was going to say, Chris.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Chris, somewhere Phil Jackson sitting in the dark listening to Carl Thomas.
Right.
And I wish I never met her at all.
But Phil Jackson is like, I'm not a big fan of his, but he can get the ladies if he wanted to.
Phil was smooth back in his day, man. If you look at Phil, like old footage of Phil as a player, Phil was smooth.
Right, yeah. A lot of girls think he's handsome, but yeah, Jeannie Buss was what you needed, man.
Man, listen. Like, for real, like the whole trajectory of Phil. I mean, Phil was already a made man, brother. But it's like, dog, I know this isn't the way it went down, Chris, but I'm just going by the timeline of events that I can see as an outsider. To my eyes, it looked like you left Jeannie Buss for the New York Knicks, brother.
Right, yeah.
You don't leave a woman like Jeannie Buss for the New York Knicks. The Knickerbockers, my boy.
Her stupid brother didn't want to hire him.
Johnny?
And then they hired fucking what's his name? Coach D'Antoni.
Yeah.
Like Coach D'Antoni has been stealing money from the NBA since the 90s, man. That shit does not work. That 30 seconds or less shit.
The last good run he had was like originally in Phoenix before teams adjusted to it.
Right, yeah. It's like that shit works in the regular season. It does not work in the playoffs. And the amount of teams that
it really only works if you've got players like Steve Nash.
Right, yeah. It only works that way. Yeah. If you got like a Steve Nash or but that shit does not work, and people and NBA teams just kept on hiring that fool, like expecting it to work,
Yeah, it's like if you got a choice between D'Antoni and Phil Jackson to coach your team, like, come on, brother.
Yeah, like at least with Jerry Sloan, he just stayed with the Jazz, and they accepted their fate as just being a playoff team.
You get to be a Jazz legend.
Right, yeah. But D'Antoni, man, it's like it was just even when he got that Houston job after the Lakers, I'm like, why is Houston hiring this idiot, man?
Chris was like, he can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah.
We need to find that clip and drop it into our sound bank, Ray, because I love that clip. You can't keep getting away with it.
Yeah. I would have taken Mike Brown over D'Antoni. Yeah.
Let's see. I used to hate, well, not hate Mike Brown, but like hate on Mike Brown, because I just thought he was, especially when after he left the Celtics, I'm like, this guy's just he's just a LeBron puppet. Like, I don't see what the people see in him. But after the work that he did with Sacramento, I was like, okay.
Yeah. Like I never hated D'Antoni. I just know that shit doesn't work. It's got a proven track record of not working. Not in the postseason. In the playoff, in the regular season, you get what you could get out of it, but not in the postseason. Once these teams start figuring you out, that's the end of it.
And there's a different kind of defense that's played in the postseason.
Right, yeah. Because that 1 year they would have been out in the first round if the Lakers didn't choke, because they were down 3-1.
The audacity to put Chet on this graphic. You'll see it in 10 seconds, Ray. The audacity to put Chet. like Chet had a nice game tonight, but don't put him up there like Chet the reason we won the game.
He been D'ing up though. That last sequence.
We're not giving you what Chris and I, one of our favorite jokes to go back to, the Chris Rock. You don't get credit for stuff you supposed to do, Chet.
Yeah.
You 7'12". You supposed to play some defense.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Lou Dort. You can't be missing free throws like that.
Give you no credit for playing defense.
Kids, yeah.
Yeah, right. You're supposed to take care of your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but SGA supposed to score 30 though. But we still give him credit.
We ain't giving Chet no credit, Ray.
No credit for Chet. Jeez, man. You bowled right over that, man.
I give Mike Holmgren more credit for this win than Chet Holmgren, and he ain't had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I don't even know where Mike Holmgren is right now.
Yeah.
Me either.
If the Pacers could get like a 3 and then like, make some defensive stops.
If Hallie was in this game, it'd still be doable.
Yeah, they'd be able to figure out a way.
The problem is there ain't no Hallie in this game.
Yeah, I was going to say. We'll see though, man. I mean, shit. They're letting it get back to a doable winning margin. I thought they were just going to start running away with this.
Where's your defense now, Chet, when they starting to come back? Where your defense now, Chet?
Yeah.
7'12". You ain't doing nothing. Doing nothing, Chet.
Like, you can't play defense when people shoot free throws.
All real ballers know, Ray, when somebody at the free throw line, you're supposed to yell Jumanji right when they about to shoot. Throws them off.
Oh, Pacers 9-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. This is they're. I mean, I don't know if the lead is that crazy.
They trying to surmount it.
They could come back to this from this, man.
They just got to hit some shots.
Yeah.
Okay, go down fighting. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it in 15 seconds, Ray. With your Croatian. Like, why don't you just watch ABC like the rest of us, Ray? You watch this Croatian stream.
Oh, I'm
NordVPN.
I'm watching the YouTube TV that they plaster everywhere. Yet I'm like 30 seconds behind.
Get you a NordVPN watching this illegal black market Croatian stream of the NBA Finals. Broadcast by Tony Kukoc and Vlade Divac.
Vlade Divac.
I'm glad to join you on the broadcast, Tony. We've been friends for a long time, even though our countries be fighting. You ever see that documentary ESPN did about Tony Kukoc and Vlade Divac, Chris? That was a good one.
That was a good one, yeah. I mean, it was an inspiring story, but I still maintain he wouldn't be shit without Jordan. Just like
Tony?
Yeah.
See, Ray, I normally don't disagree with the professor, man. That's a learned individual. But I would say, Chris, he wouldn't be the champion without Jordan, but I think he still would have been good in the league without Jordan.
No, he'd have been decent, but I don't
he'd have been like Drazen Petrovic level good.
People don't really underestimate Jordan's ability to get players to be good, man. And as long as you were in his vicinity, you were okay. But the minute you left that system, you were not the same person that you were. Like if you look at that first Bulls run and who he had on the team, and the rest of their career after they dismantled that team and the Rodman year started, there's a bunch of those cats that just went persona non grata.
Yeah, Jordan definitely made you better. He was a force multiplier. Yeah. But I would say because we even saw it with Scotty. When Scotty left the Bulls, he wasn't the same player.
Yeah.
But I say, Tony Kukoc still would have been a good player even without Jordan. To me, he would have been like kind of like what he did on the court with his passing ability, with his shooting ability.
Right.
Like he was still a pretty big small forward. Like I think Tony would have been kind of like a modern or an older version, maybe like the 1.0 version of somebody like not Jokic, because Jokic obviously is a lot bigger than Tony Kukoc.
Yeah.
But like people like Dirk, I think like Dirk borrows a lot from Tony, or borrowed a lot from Tony.
Mm-hmm. What the Thunder just do?
SGA got fouled and made 2 free throws.
That was a good play right there by SGA. I heard Chris slandering me, saying I was nothing without
that Chet defense.
Let me tell you, Chris, I was everything. Don't interrupt me, Ray Williams, when you're watching my illegal stream on Croatia.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to invite Chris over for dinner, but after this, I hit no more.
But I mean, there was a like Kobe took a lot of bums and got them rings. Like Sasha Vujicic, I mean, he was okay, but I mean,
Sasha was.
What happened to him after he left the Lakers?
Yeah.
What happened to Jordan Farmar after he left the Lakers?
Yeah.
What happened to fucking what's his name, Shannon Brown, after he left the Lakers? You know?
Yes.
I mean,
I agree, but like Tony Kukoc is much better than all of them dudes, though, Chris.
I mean, it's the Jordan effect, man. You can't like because he like you can't. When he was on the Bulls, and you look at his numbers versus when he was off the Bulls,
right?
It's night and day. It's not even in the same stratosphere.
Yeah, like he wasn't gonna be, because not only are you talking about Jordan, but you're talking about Jordan, Pippen, and Kukoc.
Yeah.
So like he's surrounded by great talent. But like even like Tony Kukoc had some good years in Atlanta and Milwaukee.
Okay, yeah, he did. Atlanta, I'll give him that kind of. Milwaukee.
Chris out here besmirching Bucks legend Tony Kukoc.
I'm just saying, man.
Look up the stats, Ray. Pull up Tony Kukoc's career stats right now so we can settle this.
Like, how many times did the Kukoc Bucks get to the playoffs? Is what I want to know.
Go to the Wikipedia and pull up the stats. How many All-Stars? How many?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Let's see the stats, Ray.
If I'm wrong, I'll stand corrected.
That was what this man Tony Kukoc did after the Bulls, Ray.
It was just like with Jordan, like the Luke Longley.
Because I may be overestimating Tony and Chris may be underestimating Tony. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. So
let's see what the numbers say, Chris.
They gave him the 6th man of the year that one year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was great off the bench.
I think that was all Jordan too. I thought Jordan should have got that award for making Tony Kukoc.
Come on, Chris.
I think Jordan gifted him that award.
Damn, Chris saying Tony Kukoc was the Croatian Smush Park out here.
Right.
All right.
So what's the stats look like, Ray?
All right. So 3-time NBA champ. 93-94 all-rookie team, 95-96 6th man of the year award, Hall of Fame. All right, so let's see.
The stats.
Overview.
The Bulls stats versus the other stats.
All right, so when was he with the Bulls? So Bulls from 94 to 2000. So.
He's the second run of the Bulls. He's the not the first 3 rings, but the second 3 rings.
Yeah, he was on the Pippen, Jordan, Rodman version.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So 93-94 rookie season, 10.9 points, 3.4 assists, 4 rebounds. Next season, 94-95, 15 points.
Look at that,
15.7 points, 5 rebounds. Almost 5 assists per game. 6th man of the year in 95-96. He had 13 points, 4 total rebounds, 3.5 assists per game. Next season, 96-97, he was second in the running for sixth man of the year, 13 points, 4.5 assists, 4.6 rebounds.
And then when he's off the Bulls, what's that looking like?
And then he had his high of points in 98, 99. But then off the Bulls, I believe starting in 2000, 2001. Oh, no. 99, 2000. So scored 12.4 points a game.
That's decent.
Philly.
Yeah, I forgot the Philly years.
He was with 2 teams in 2000, 2001. During that stretch, he averaged around 11 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Although when he was with Atlanta later in the season, he averaged about 19
I
points.
told you that Atlanta Kukoc was different. He went out to Magic City. He went to Magic City, Chris. He was balling.
All right. And then 2002, 2003, he was for 6th man of the year. He was 10th in the voting for 6th man of the year, while with Milwaukee 2002, 2003, 11 points a game. Looks like 4 rebounds, 3 assists per game. And then he pretty much fell off from there.
Yeah, his years are the Jordan years, and I'll give them the Atlanta years.
You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep on that Atlanta year, Chris.
Yeah, but I mean, the Jordan. He was a benefactor of the Jordan effect, man. Like that's just like all those bums that were benefactors of the Kobe effect, man. There's a bunch of them. You know, I understand what Barkley or one of those guys was talking about when it's like, you know, guys that you're better than are bragging about rings to you.
A lot of LeBron's teammates.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like who's that? Deli Tray. That's what they're calling him.
The Australian cat.
Dellavedova.
Matthew Dellavedova out here with a ring.
Yeah. Like they were acting like he was just so good. I was like, why are we
Tristan Thompson got a ring.
Putting down the straps on him.
Yeah.
Putting down the straps on Curry. No.
Like Tristan Thompson maybe has a ring.
Yeah.
Mario Chalmers got some rings.
Chalmers.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention Chalmers.
Chalmers got some. Like I think
Shane Battier out here with a ring. No disrespect, but Shane Battier out with a ring.
Yeah. Like Robert Horry is a guy that meant like he was a assistant player that those teams would not have won those rings if he wasn't where he was at when he was there.
Right.
Like those Rockets, he saved the fucking Rockets. He definitely saved the Lakers because they were going to be down to the Kings like 3-1. He saved the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That actually might be the player. Like I was trying to find the player comp to Tony Kukoc from a more modern player. And even though he's not as modern, or you could say Ori, but I was thinking Manu on those Spurs teams.
Oh, Manu.
Yeah.
Where Manu wasn't the best player on those Spurs teams, but he was definitely an important part of them winning.
I think Manu was a little better.
He was.
You say you think Manu was a little bit better?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that too.
We also got Manu like in his prime.
Yeah.
Versus Tony, who was like
Tony Kukoc
8-9 years in Europe.
Good. So I mean, I think he was decent. I never thought he was worth the hype. Was Kukoc. Just like I never thought Vujicic was worth the hype. They loved him.
The fact that you got Kukoc and Vujicic in the same sentence, Chris, is disrespectful.
I didn't think any.
Oh,
of those...
damn, we kicking chairs now. We kicking chairs.
Yeah, this is.
You'll see it in 15 seconds, Ray. They kicking chairs at the
I
NBA
knew you were
Finals.
gonna say that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, Neesmith.
He getting heated.
Yeah.
Neesmith getting mad.
He's getting angry.
Is he gonna keep? Yep, that's him. Yeah.
96 to 98, man.
Damn.
He's mad because he knew they were in striking distance.
Oh, did he fall? He fouled out.
What, did he fall out?
Yeah, he fouled out.
Yeah, he's out the game.
Oh, well, congratulations to OKC for season well played.
Now, I do have in the poll, now that we pretty much know who's going to take this, I think this lead is pretty much insurmountable now.
It is, yeah. This is definitely insurmountable. They're not coming back from this.
Who do you guys got as the favorites to win the finals? I got the poll out. I can only do 4 choices, so I did the two teams from this year's finals, and then I threw the Celtics in there, and then I have the 4th pick as any team. So we'll start with you, Nate. Who do you think? Do you think OKC will repeat?
They ain't repeating, Ray.
It depends on what they do in the off season. The problem with these kind of teams is once you win, the players are going to start wanting more money, and they'll get the money with the teams they go to. Like if you think of the first Lakers in the 2000s dynasty, like they had like a 3-headed monster with Shaq, Kobe, and Glenn Rice. But then after that series, Glenn Rice was able to demand like a bunch of money, so he left, And it's, can you keep up the chemistry once you start losing guys? Because I do think they're going to lose some guys.
Yeah,
I think another thing is, with all of these players being relatively young, are they developing more of a kinship towards one another as to where they'll be willing to take like the team discount in order to stay together with a team and with a squad and with a crew that they love? I think that will make a difference.
There's not too many players that do that. So
I mean, that's how they kind of held Golden State for so long, I think.
Yeah, there's teams that do it, but
even with Golden State though, like they paid their main guys. They paid Curry, they paid Dre, and they paid Clay. And then like the other guys were kind of interchangeable. Like Andre Iguodala, he's here, then he's gone. KD came in for a little bit. Like the main guys they paid.
And that's what I could see them doing with OKC too, is like you pay SGA, you pay Jalen Williams, you pay Chet maybe, and then everybody else.
There's a difference between playing in the Bay Area and playing in Oklahoma City. And that's the give and take for it. Now, for me, I wouldn't have a problem with OKC because I wouldn't mind being a big fish in a small pond and being the most popular guy in my city when I go to restaurants and shit like that.
Right, you gonna get free dinners, especially after they win the night.
Yeah,
you got free dinners for life.
Being a celebrity in New York, in LA, in Miami, in Chicago, and I'll even throw in San Antonio to a lesser extent. It's a different beast, man. It's not the same. Like the treatment you get in that being a local hero pales in comparison to like fucking Britney Spears back in the 2000s hitting you up in your DMs and shit like that. Like you're on people's radar, like the Kardashian. If you're black, you'll at least get one Kardashian.
At least
try to text you and hit you up, man.
Oh, niece, man.
I mean,
Yeah, but I think it's different as though like, yeah, you hot for a minute in LA, but once you leave, they ain't remember you. You like, even if you do win a chip,
we just heard how Chris disparaged so many former Lakers elites.
Right.
No, I think they.
You saying Sasha Vujacic ain't welcoming Mr. Childs no more, Chris?
Right.
No, people respect Sasha Vujacic out here. They'll give him, he'll get a sandwich named after him or a special named after him at Roscoe's. But I mean, like,
go to Roscoe's, get the Vujacic, number 6.
His success is solely at
the chocolate chip waffle
because of Kobe Bryant. That's all I'm saying, and that's the same with Kukoc. I think his success is directly connected to Kobe Bryant. I wouldn't say that about yeah. I wouldn't say that about whatchamacallit, what's the guy's name? Robert Horry. I wouldn't say that about Robert Horry. I wouldn't say that about Dennis Rodman or
Derek Fisher.
Or Derek Fisher. Yeah, like Kukoc was good. It's just I think he was the benefactor of Jordan, man.
But it's a difference between being a benefactor and being carried. Like he ain't out here like John and Sally.
And that's the thing. And I think that Sasha
just collecting rings
for all of his non-star attributes. He was a guy that Kobe Bryant trusted and liked on his team, and that's what matters is how the superstars relate to you, not so much how great you are.
And the thing with Kukoc, like Jordan eventually trusted Kukoc, and Phil trusted Kukoc.
Right, yeah.
Because I always go back to that game where Scottie Pippen had the migraine and got mad and took himself out the game, and Tony hit the game winner against the Knicks. Like, I don't think, like, if you're a player that's just gonna be being carried, I don't think they put you in that spot.
Right. Yeah.
Ain't nobody drawing up plays for John Sally in 2000.
Yeah, I wouldn't even disrespect Vujacic to say he was carried. I just think his success is tied to Kobe.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like a lot of players like that aren't the stars. A lot of their success depends on where they're drafted, where they get traded to, who they're playing with. Because there's a lot of guys out there. Like Charles Barkley is a star with or without a ring. But I think when you look at a guy like I'm trying to find like who would be the comparison. But if you look at a guy, I think maybe Robert Horry's a good person because Robert Horry always found himself in good situations. He was a good enough player to make those situations work. But I think if you stuck Robert Horry in like Philly in the mid to late 90s, I don't know if they're a championship team.
Right. Yeah. Or it kind of reminds me of like that the This Is Sports Center commercial with with Jim Kelly and with Adam Vinatieri, where Jim Kelly is just like he's trying to walk through, and then Vinatieri gets caught up in the metal detector with all the rings in his pocket. He's like, brother, all you did was kick. You were, man, that's all you did. I was leading my teams. I can't even get one ring yet. You just pulling out, fist full of rings.
We got a final from Oklahoma City.
Indeed.
Chet Holmgren carried to his first NBA championship.
Stop
by SGA and them boys.
Carried.
Chet Holmgren, some would say the Sasha Vujacic of his generation, is now an NBA champion. Shout out to Sasha Vujacic, wherever he may be.
Shout out.
He's still around.
I'm here. I'm on the broadcast with Tony Kukoc for Raise illegal stream.
He does local TV.
Okay.
Robert Horry does the Lakers local games out here too.
First championship for this group for the Thunder. 1 in 7 games. We'll see if this is the start of a dynasty, Chris, or if this is like we've seen all decade, a long list of champions.
I think it's what it done too, man. I don't know who's gonna be the next team.
Yeah, maybe it's Chris's Lakers.
Yeah, I think the NBA is set up in such a way now to where, like, it's just easier to for other teams to win now. You know.
Yeah, I
I
would
think the
say
Super.
that like all that is true, Chris. I would say if there's any team that maybe can break down, showing Hallie in the backstage meeting his teammates, that's sad, man.
Yeah.
Hope he heals up and can come back at it next year. But I
Yeah.
think what makes this Oklahoma team a little bit different, Chris,
Yeah.
if they can keep everybody's money straight, they're young enough and they got a ton of picks. So like, even if somebody's unhappy, like we can, like they don't want to re-sign, we can trade you and a bunch of picks for another star.
Right. Yeah.
And like, so this thing has the potential to be something that can grow, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think your Lakers might be back in the mix next year if Luka lays off the beer in the offseason.
Yeah. And I think I'd still say, are the Rockets going to have enough cap room for Giannis? Because
I don't think not Giannis and KD. I don't think now if Giannis goes to the Spurs, that changes everything, Chris.
Yeah, it does.
You telling me Giannis and Wemby out here with De'Aaron Fox? Oh my goodness!
Right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Reggie Miller back there.
Oh, Reggie back there with the team. Yeah.
TJ McConnell breaking down. Mm-hmm. Everybody trying to console him.
I mean, like, look, man, they should be happy that they got this far because I definitely
nothing to hang their head about.
Yeah,
they played tough.
Yeah,
a lot of people didn't even think they would get to a game 7, Chris.
Yeah, I didn't even pick them to get to the finals. Shit, I didn't even pick them to get to the semis. So, you know,
like, yo, Bill Russell Finals MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Chet Holmgren. Oh.
No, keep Chet as far away from Bill Russell as you can.
So who's in a contract year on the Thunder?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because that's what you got to pay attention.
Chris said, "Who's in the contract year for Oklahoma City?"
Oh,
I want to say Williams is still on his rookie contract.
Yeah. And I think Shea, since he got traded there, I think he had a new deal already inked, probably not too long ago. I have to check.
Just think about it, Chris. I know people in your city, in some parts of your city, are sick right now. This man, the Bill Russell Finals MVP, used to be a Clipper, Chris.
Yeah,
a Clipper, brother.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. The
Clippers keep on clipping, boy.
Yeah, as soon as you leave the Clippers. Yeah, as soon as you leave the Clippers,
you become what you were meant to be.
You become Lamar Odom dating a Kardashian, or, whatever, But
soon as
like Lamar Odom would have people would remember him as a underachiever. He'd be up there with the Corey Maggettys, the Elton Brands, all of those motherfuckers. If he didn't leave the Clippers, the Clippers are a disgrace and they're a curse, and they need to figure out how to get rid of it.
And then somewhere Steve Ballmer's watching this, like, at least I own my own building, Chris.
Hey. That's what you got for you, and at least you own you also own the team that in LA that has all the like pity fans. So, I mean, you got Kadeem Hardison going to your games, and you got
Frankie Muniz,
Billy Crystal, Frankie Muniz,
late great Penny Marshall, R.I.P.
Yeah, she was a Laker mom too, so R.I.P. to her.
It was like, it's all right, Penny. You could cheer for both teams.
Yeah.
Right. So it looks like Shea's contract goes through 26-27. Hartenstein's goes through 26-27. Lou Dortz goes to 26-27.
All right. So
Chet Holmgren's rookie contract looked like it ends in 25-26.
Go ahead, trade Chet. Trade him. Trade him right now.
Defense wins championships, Nate.
Trade Chet and all the first round picks for Giannis. Y'all can throw in Giannis if you want to. We'll take both Antetokounmpo.
Jalen's rookie contract ends at 25-26. So it'll be interesting to see.
He might be the one looking to get paid.
Yeah, Holmgren and Jalen Williams are.
Chet better be happy for whatever contract they offer him.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't getting no raise, brother.
How do you feel?
Future.
How do you feel if you're Chris Paul right now?
Damn, brother can't catch a break.
How do you feel if you Paul George? You got traded by both these teams.
I know, right?
They should send Paul George an honorary ring.
Yeah,
he couldn't have done it without you, big dog.
Like
literally, like this team wouldn't have been assembled the way it is without them trading Paul George.
Exactly.
Chris Paul fucking hated his time in OKC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, man, if Chris Paul comes back next season, man, and they find a way to get Giannis, them Spurs gonna be a problem, Ray Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It'll be interesting to see what they do with that number 2 pick too.
What were I haven't really been paying attention to Chris Paul this past season. What were his numbers like?
That's a good question.
Because he was just under the radar for me, man.
Yeah.
Because I knew once that Clipper situation broke up. I was telling my friend Ronnie that like this dude is gonna be, if he gets a ring, it'll be as an older journeyman.
Yeah.
That's like he'll be like Robert Parrish on the Bulls that year.
All right, so it looks like he played all 82 games. Average 8 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists.
Okay, so yeah, he's getting into his character. Averaging 8 points. Yeah, he's fully.
He's like, I'm gonna give you 8 and 8 every night, Chris. That's what I got. 8 points, 8 assists, nothing else.
Right.
You had an awesome career, Chris Paul.
But they gonna be some crucial 8 points though, Chris, down the stretch.
Yeah. He'll be. If he still cares about winning a ring, it'll be.
You know, it'd be funny because people call Chris Paul a ring chaser for the last few years. It'd be crazy if the Spurs were able to get Giannis and they got a ring. The ring actually chased Chris Paul this time.
Yeah, that'd be true. Yeah,
it's like
he was
this whole decade I've been moving, Chris, trying to find a ring. I just stayed where I was, and the ring finally found me.
The ring found me.
I mean, he'll be able to hang his head on the fact that he made it to the finals that one year. But
yeah,
I mean, those, and I don't really blame him for the Clippers just because the organization is cursed.
Yes.
I don't really know what he could have did differently. Like they for a little while they had 4 of the best guys in the NBA. And still couldn't fucking get to the semis, you know.
No, the Suns teams he were on were pretty good, man. Like I think they wasted a potential title team right there with him, Booker, DeAndre. Like they had some good players, man.
Yeah.
Did you want me to order some dinner, babe? Yeah, here. What are we eating?
We're going to Roscoe's to get the Vujicic. At number 14, that Vujicic. Blueberry waffles with a side of wings.
No, okay.
You know, I've never hate on Vujicic. He was able to pull Anna Kournikova, so I was like, "Hey, brother."
Who Vujicic?
When Anna Kournikova was a thing.
Super hungry, babe. Yeah, that's just a perk of playing in LA.
Oh, so now, you just give Kobe everything, even Anna Kournikova. Kobe.
I do in that situation.
He gave away Anna Kournikova like he gave away Tony Kukoc to 6 man.
Well, it's like, I'm not saying he gave away Anna Kournikova, but like Britney Spears hitting Luke Walton up in his DMs, and like Anna Kournikova.
They ain't going to the Thunder games, Ray.
Yeah, you have Kobe Bryant to thank for being in the mix to even be able to achieve that, you know.
But I'm saying, if you win a title in Oklahoma City, brother, you can already start building your car lot.
I
And
know,
you
run from
selling
there.
cars for a good 15, 20 years, feeding off that.
Come on down to Chet Holmgren's car lot.
Chet Holmgren's Ford.
I won one title before they traded me, but I'm back, y'all. I'm here to block high prices. Go to Chet Holmgren's car lot off Route 65.
We blocked shots back in the day, but now we're blocking interest rates.
I'm here to defend you from these other car lots that are trying to rip you off. Come on down to Chet's. Like, damn, what happened to Chet after he left? Though he was in Toronto for 10 seasons, then came back to open his car lot.
Exactly. or do like a commentary for like the local, for like the local TV affiliate.
And like, that's the thing about OKC though, like they're literally, other than college, they're literally the only game in town.
Yeah. But
you might not be able to pull no Britney Spears or no Anna Kournikova, Chris, in OKC, but you can pull one of these country singers, I bet.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, OKC, Oklahoma, period, is like one of the most racist states there is. Like, I could understand why you want to get the fuck out of there, but
you don't say, Black Wall Street.
Who was that country singer that was hot for like 2 years and now nobody talks about her anymore?
Which one?
LeAnn
Rimes?
No, not LeAnn Rimes. I remember me some LeAnn Rimes. She had a little moment. Like recently, there was a country singer that was hot for like 2 years.
It's not the girl. It ain't your girl. Jesus Take the Wheel girl. It ain't what's her name?
Who?
No, not Catherine McPhee.
No.
It's another girl.
Like her songs were kind of popular on IG and TikTok for a little minute, and then that bubble kind of burst. I can't remember what her name is though. But you could pull her if you win a championship in Oklahoma City.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
There was one girl, she was I guess she played during the I don't know if it was during the I think it was during the Thanksgiving, the NFL Thanksgiving game. And she was playing on stage. It wasn't Beyonce, I can tell you that much. She ain't no Beyonce, but she is all right.
A country singer?
Yeah.
Black one?
Nah.
Okay.
Traditional.
Okay. Yeah, because I know Mickey Guyton. She's a country singer. And she's not a she's not a redneck like that. I used to hate this Negro. Cowboy Troy.
Cowboy
Troy.
Yeah. Famously in the James Storm Long Necks and Rednecks video.
Right, yeah.
With Montgomery Gentry.
He was in there.
He's
Cowboy Troy.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember him. He had a verse on the Big and Rich record.
Yeah.
Back when Big and Rich was a thing.
And they had them. And they fucking had them playing at the All-Star game that one year.
Yeah.
Big and Rich with Cowboy Troy. It's like, and then
I'm Cowboy Troy. I'm a Texas hick. And I'm rolling with the brothers, Big and Rich. Like, no, brother, don't do that.
And Barkley was
don't do that.
Was fuming over that shit. He was like, the NBA All-Star weekend is a hip-hop weekend. Don't be having.
I mean, we gave you a rapping cowboy. What more do you want, Chuck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is like, look how toxic Rich became. You know, like it's like you can't trust these country singers.
Nope.
Man.
You don't see Big nowhere. Big is like, I'm not associated with him no more.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. If it's not like the Dixie Chicks,
right?
Maybe Tim McGraw and Faith Hill.
Like that dude Morgan Wallen that Drake's hanging out with now that said the N-word online or something.
Yeah, he's from Knoxville, yeah.
Mm.
They love him out there. But at least with him, he did like apologize, and he told them to stop buying his album because they were feeling sorry for him after he got admonished for using the N-word, and they start buying his album even more. And he did come out and say, at least I don't want to make money like that. I don't know how much it helped, but I mean, at least he did that shit. I recognize that. Who is that? Who's that? Uncle Ben's? It looks like
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben.
Like, look like he's.
That's Jalen Williams' father.
He kind of looks like that dude on TikTok, the professor.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That dude seems cool.
That's who he reminded me of when I saw him. I was like, oh,
try to get him on the show one day, Ray.
Yeah, he seemed like
I know he's a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Who's a wrestling fan? The professor?
That dude, the professor. I can't think of his full name. But yeah, he's a wrestling fan.
Let me look him up.
Yeah, I can't for the life of me, I can't remember what that country singer's name was that I'm thinking of. Maybe she wasn't like full country, maybe she was like pop country.
Professor Nick Harrison.
Nick Harrison, yeah. Yeah, he's cool.
I'm gonna have to reach out. All right. But I was looking up, so Lainey Wilson or Lindsey Sterling.
Lainey Wilson's a good one. If you win a championship, don't show Dave Holmgren that your son ain't had nothing to do with this, Dave Holmgren.
Yes, he did.
Sit down, brother. Sit down.
Look at
your
18 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks, most blocks in NBA Finals.
Your son done Vujicic his way to a title. Sit down, Dave Holmgren.
Give that man some credit.
But now Lainey Wilson's a good one. If you win a championship in Oklahoma City, you might could marry Lainey Wilson.
You could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the pick of the litter is a lot more in New York or LA. It's just the nature of the beast.
Look at this man, Alex Caruso, with 2 rings. This brother.
Oh, look at Hartenstein. His little baby boy knocked out. He was like, oh,
why is his baby 6'10"? Don't make no sense.
Alex Caruso's got 2 rings now. Wow.
Yeah, he got one with the Lakers and one with the OKC.
Yeah. So he averaging 1 every 5 years.
No, shit. He's got 2 before a lot of those cats do.
Yeah, I think who I'm thinking of, Ray, is a pop singer that like had a moment in towards the end of the pandemic into the next couple of years, but they were like pop country. But I can't think of her name.
I got it. Yeah, now that's gonna eat that man. I'm
pop country.
Wake up sweat like who the country singer?
This man Alex Caruso carried Chet Holmgren to a chip.
Now I think you just doing that to spite me now.
Shout out to whoever makes these stages, man. They're very adorable.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, man.
A lot of weight on them damn stages, Chris.
Right?
That you just made in the last 5 minutes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end our poll. So it looks like 100% of people.
Why is the poll still open, Ray?
Well, not the poll for who's
it's a different
win.
poll. Okay, yeah. I was like, Ray, why is the poll about who gonna win the game open? The game is open, Ray.
That poll. No, the poll about who's going to win next year's NBA Finals. It's unanimous. Another team other than the team that's listed, not the Thunder, not the Pacers, not the Celtics. So
I would tend to agree with that. Like I give the Thunder the slight nod, but I think I could see a bunch of teams kind of step up. Namely, like whoever Giannis goes to is going to be a contender.
Right? Yeah, and I think the Celtics team is getting busted up. I think who else is there?
The Pacers.
Yeah, I think they're getting busted.
The Pacers had to have a lot of things go right this postseason to get to the finals.
Yeah, right. They got there by happenstance and luck, man. I won't say luck, but more happenstance.
Yeah, like they were good, but the ball bounced their way a couple times, particularly with that shot in game 1 in New York, with the way Halliburton hit that game tying 3.
Yeah.
And what about at Cleveland? They were number 1 in the conference.
Yeah, I think they're done too. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think we might see somebody new pop up in the East. Like I think Boston and Indiana will be around the mix, but like, what if Detroit improves even more than they did this year? They could be in the mix. What if Miami's always trying to land a big player? What if Miami ends up with Giannis? They could make a move. In the West, like the West is wide open, man. I can't tell you in the West because you got like Denver who won the chip 2 years ago. You got the Lakers who like we get a full offseason with Luka and LeBron. We got Houston. We got Wemby and them in San Antonio. Like the West is, I would hate to be in the West right now. I'd be doing anything to get to the East.
Right. You got Golden State who could turn it on at any time. Who knows?
Yeah.
And turn back the clock.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the older players are playing way better than a lot of the older players like back in like my day. Like
all that modern technology and medicine. Like Kurt Rambis wasn't out here putting 20 on people's heads when he was 38 years old, right?
Yeah,
that's true.
Like fucking Isaiah Thomas was like 33 and had enough of Jordan.
And was cooked. Like that's this man LeBron James out here, 40 years old, still one of the best players in the league on any given night. Ray Williams.
Yeah, I agree. And that's crazy. Yeah, just the advancements of
Larry Bird was 32 years old, laying on his back because he couldn't stand up straight. Right.
Right.
His back
Steve
was
Nash
done.
was doing the same kind of thing too. Like he was like on those when he was on that Lakers team, he would like lay on the floor and not sit on the bench. Because of those back issues.
But even now, like you see guys, I think it was one picture I saw LeBron on the bench. He had ice all over.
Not this man John Cena and Idris Elba out here.
Oh yeah, the heads of state
without Chris Rock.
Exactly. Or Nate Dogg. R.I.P.
But so what LeBron is doing at this age is crazy.
Yeah.
Priyanka Chopra.
You know what else is crazy, Ray Williams?
If you ever watched any of those sports science videos on YouTube, the LeBron James.
R.I.P. the old boy from Sports Science.
He passed away.
He took his life a few weeks ago, man. So it's like, protect your chickens and your mentals, y'all, man. Yeah. I want to say it's been less than a month, but like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, came out that he had committed suicide. So
that's crazy.
But he was so good at that.
Yeah, he was real good at that.
And that's the thing too. It's like, man, people think that mental health stuff and like taking your own life is just for like young people or people who are like teenagers or in their 20s or something. It's folks out here like that, brother, or like
struggling and broke and going through it. You know, like Chris, you don't have to be like visibly like destitute, Ray, to be in that situation or going through something like visibly to go through that. Like by all accounts, this dude was well adjusted, well liked, had plenty of family and friends, and this was the choice that he made because he was in that spot emotionally.
Yeah, like Anthony Bourdain, like you don't think it like older folks, you think that they're settled in their ways, but no, man.
But that was what I was having a conversation with these people about money, because they were saying money does buy happiness. So I was like, money doesn't buy happiness. What money does is make it so where you don't have to think about the small things, where you don't have to worry about where your next meal is coming from, where you don't have to worry about how you're gonna get your laundry done, where you don't have to worry about like having gas to get to the to work and shit.
Yeah.
Like that.
Can I pay rent this month?
Yeah, money makes it so you don't have to think about the small things. Not having money means you have to think about whatever you got going on on top of all the like little things like eating a meal and having money to do your laundry and having a bunch, having stuff. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Because poor people have to think about all that shit, man.
Yep.
I know because I was poor not that long ago.
John Brinkus.
Yeah. Yeah.
May
RP to John
31st.
Brinkus. Yeah. Yeah. It was just last month.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
One. Yeah. Yeah. That one he did on LeBron was like, I was like, my God, this guy spends a ton of money to keep himself.
Yep.
In shape.
Yeah. Like LeBron saw like what Tom Brady and people like Kobe were doing to maintain their bodies and took it to that next level.
Yeah.
He was like, bet I'm about to buy all the European vitamins and the blood transfusions and the hyperbaric chambers.
Yeah.
And just the thing, even like you think of Jordan after that 98, he was 32.
Yeah.
After that 98 season, after that last season with the Bulls.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But
we saw how Jordan looked when Jordan came back, and like as great as Jordan is, like he my GOAT. But Chris, like I feel like I could like the numbers probably make it seem a lot closer than we think it is. Because Jordan's our guy, but it's like LeBron ain't that far off.
No, yeah, as numbers wise, he's like good and stuff. I mean, like it's like that debate, that GOAT debate is just I don't know. I always don't love it because you really have to move pieces together to kind of like, for me it would be Jordan as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, he does have a lot of ex-players who hate him, like not just don't like him, but hate him.
Not just Scotty.
Yeah.
And Isaiah.
Yeah. And like nobody's really like that with fucking what's his name?
With LeBron.
Yeah.
Like even people he played against, like Ron Artest, popped up on the Mind the Game podcast.
What's his name? Draymond Green. They're like best friends and shit. Like
and he kicked him in the nuts one time.
Yeah. Like if I was Draymond, I'd hate that dude forever because LeBron cost him the ring that way.
Yeah.
With that getting him suspended and shit. But at the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Yeah. But that's the thing, and I guess I won't ask the question as to what era or what do you prefer. Like, do you prefer players back in the day just hating each other and I'm not training with you, I'm not, or do you prefer like banana boat type dudes that be like,
that is a good question though, man, because back in the day, like you wouldn't have Magic and Bird being on the same team with each other because they hated each other.
Yeah.
They hated each other professionally, not personally, but they wanted to outdo the other person, And now it's like
Magic loved him some Isaiah though.
Right, yeah.
That clip always gets me, like, and it ain't funny, Ray. It's not funny. Ray, it's not funny.
It's not.
But the clip with Magic and Isaiah, like, finally, like, kind of put away some of the old, like, primarily like the Dream Team thing, put that behind him, and Magic is Isaiah's like, man, it really hurt when you wasn't talking to me no more, and then Magic's like, come here, man, it hurt me too, brother. It hurt me too. And I'm like, it ain't funny, but I do get a chuckle out of it. But it is some real shit though. It's like, back in the day, like they took that shit serious. Like Jordan said, I took that personal. Whereas I think a lot of the players from like the 2000s on, it's like you still want to be competitive, but it's not that hate because a lot of these guys know each other from AAU and going around that circuit. Like they grew up playing against each other.
Right.
That's
true.
True.
I mean,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know what's better, man. I think it was more edge back in that day. I mean, it's like, at the end of the day, you don't that hatred kind of festers in you, like with some of those old players that
just bitter,
hate each other from like shit that happened on the court like
20 years
decades ago. Like like Phi Bama Slammer or whatever
Phi Jamma Slammer.
Yeah, they fucking still haven't made up with what's his name,
It's like the
yeah.
Like I was glad like the Fab Five finally got back together. Because those were my guys when I was the Michigan guys. Like they finally put things to bed. Speaking of Chris Webber from earlier. So I'm glad like they're cool now, but it's just like, like life is too short, man.
Yeah.
Like I get it if they did something like legitimately hateful to you, Chris, that's one thing. But we just talking about basketball, man.
Yeah. Just like, hey, look at does Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett still hate Ray
Allen?
Yeah, for going to the Heat.
That's a good question. I don't think anybody's asked him about that. I'll tell you what was crazy though, Chris, from this weekend in sports. Sammy Sosa was back at the Cubs game.
Oh yeah.
And his skin has gotten a little bit darker.
It's gotten darker.
Yeah, like he's not back to where he was, but he's darker than like how he has been.
Yeah, he ain't out here looking like a Twilight vampire no more.
That wasn't Sammy Sosa. That was Samuel Sosa.
Yeah, I think the bleach has expired.
Yeah.
But shout out to Sammy Sosa.
Shout out.
Sammy Sosa killed me when in that steroid trial. He's like, I don't know habla inglés. Like, Sammy, you speak some damn English.
You don't know so well.
Come on, Sammy. And no, me no understand. Like, come on, Sammy.
What I'm asking you, nigga, you've been answering questions on broadcast for the last 10 years. Now all of a sudden,
like, Sammy, did you willingly take this substance? I mean, no understand, no English, no habla.
No,
come on, Sammy. Come on, brother.
You ain't fooling nobody.
Him and McGuire were having that.
Yeah, Mark McGuire. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, man.
And then Barry Bonds a few years later, just
like Barry Bonds to me, like Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame.
Right. Yeah, I think so too. They got too many pieces of shit. I wouldn't have even mind if they put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
Man, I think they should have put him in before he died, man, for real.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that dude had left. Like, that's all.
You see what Manfred, the commissioner, said is like, it's a lifetime ban. Now he ain't alive no more. It's like, God no, nigga. What? You ain't got to be so blunt about it.
Like,
he's doing his lifetime.
To me, Bob Costas had the best explanation, Chris, because it's like the Hall of Fame is a Hall of Fame, but it's also a museum of the history of baseball. And it's like you can't tell a story of baseball without Pete Rose, without Barry Bonds. So it's like I would put him in the Hall of Fame, but you put like a note on their plaque, like Pete Rose was banned for life for gambling, despite his career statistics, or Barry Bonds was believed to have taken performance-enhancing drugs during his time in baseball. Like, make a note on the plaque, but still put him in the damn hall.
Yeah, but if you do that, you're gonna have to do that to so many other people.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I mean, I think at the end of the day, with Barry Bonds, like he was good at hitting, and that was his thing, man. It's not like that's just it. The Giants didn't win the
World Series
until after he was already gone.
Right.
So I mean, I don't understand like what the big deal is. He didn't like. It wasn't like
he cheated the game, Chris. He cheated the game.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like if you cheated and reaped a bunch of like rewards and trophies and shit for it, I like, okay, yeah. But if all you did was like entertain people by hitting baseballs, like what's the harm in that?
I think it's less about the trophies and more, especially towards the latter end of his career, with him getting all these records, these records that were long time.
Right. Yeah. Well,
like
that's stupid too, man. Because those records, like Babe Ruth, was playing in an era where before Jackie Robinson integrated the MLB.
Babe
And
Ruth was the only
also,
black player in the league, if you
and
believe
for
the
the
rumors.
longest time,
if
they
you know,
weren't
you know.
counting the Negro League records. And the thing that people don't understand about the Negro Leagues are those baseball players were fucking better than the MLB players back then. That the Negro Leagues were perfectly fine without integrating into that shit. You know? That they act like the Negro League players were like just like
inferior
minor
nothing
league
players that got to the MLB, and that's just not true.
Yeah, like what's your man name? Josh Gibson and Satchel Pages.
Yeah, Satchel Paige. Yeah, there were some like great players in that league, and it's like, you know, doesn't get the respect that it deserves. Like in Jackie Robinson, you know, God bless that man. Wife still alive at 102 years old.
Yeah. And yeah, but even then, like Hank Aaron had the home run record before Barry Bonds.
For Barry, yeah. So I don't know what the problem is with it. I mean, I guess the records.
It's the history, brother.
The purity of the game, Chris.
The purity.
White people care about their records and their emblems.
It's like Coach Pete Bell.
Yeah. Like that's Coach why Pete. They still. Yeah, we're the only country where we celebrate Confederate soldiers, where like we celebrate our losers. Like Germany does not celebrate Hitler at all.
Not at all.
And the people who celebrate Hitler in Germany are on the fringes, you know.
Exactly.
Like the people that celebrate is like the president, you know, who's like wanting to like have a Confederate soldier day, and you know,
have the military bases named after him again. Rename them back.
These guys that were losers, they were traitors. I wrote a whole article about each one of those bastards, man. None of them deserve anything except a foot in the ass. Even after, even in death, they deserve that.
And it's funny too. It's like you keep saying I'm a winner, I'm not a loser, he's a loser, but you keep going to Confederate flag or Confederate.
All your favorite heroes are like the losers. You're reading Mein Kampf, celebrating the biggest loser in world history. Like, come on, man. Like that's what you guys do. You know?
It's about the purity though, Chris. It's like, you know, you remember blue chips, man. Coach Pete Bell. When that time Tony got caught point shaving. You took the only pure thing in your life, Tony. You threw it away. You threw it away.
Yeah.
It's about the purity.
Right. Yeah. I like that movie a little bit more once I got older. When I was a kid, I didn't love it. But once
Nick Nolte was doing his thing in that movie.
Yeah, he was great in it. And Shaq was okay. He wasn't a big part. They acted like he was like the second star in the movie.
It was like Shaq, Penny Hardaway was up in there, Matt Nova.
Yeah.
That was the last time anybody ever talked about Matt Nova.
Yeah.
Good, clean-cut white kid.
Yeah.
Score a lot of points. I think I deserve a tractor from my dad.
Yeah.
I took the only thing in this life that I cared about, and I threw it away. For what? For Happy and the Boosters? Like, okay, that press conference scene, Chris, he was going off.
That press conference scene. And then
Al Bundy was like the reporter, Ed O'Neill.
Yeah, Ed O'Neill, yeah, that was a decent movie.
Then they end the movie with Pete Bell coaching these random ass kids in the middle of the night playing street ball.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna write this down too. It's gonna be a question for the parlay. So keep this in mind, fellas. You don't have to answer it now. We already talked about what you think. What's your favorite sports movie? Who is the best coach in sports movie history?
Coach Pete Bell.
Yeah,
The man was undefeated with them with the Dolphins, that fake ass California team they made up because they couldn't get a real license.
I'd give it to Coach Herman Boone from
Remember the Titans.
Even though his players hated him.
Yes,
you could Google it. They did not like him. And that season was the only undefeated season that they had. The very next season, they lost every game, I believe.
Wow.
See,
he ain't had a sequel to that one.
Yeah,
that ain't no Disney story.
Yeah, because Disney-fied that.
Now, if they made a sequel, Herman Boone would have been called so many N-words by the town.
Denzel will not be coming back. That would be a straight to DVD.
Yeah. And even with the with what's love got to do with it, they conned Ike Turner into signing away the rights to the movie, and he gave him creative control, and they gave him a bag, and Ike Turner didn't know they were gonna do what they did to him in that movie. Because even Tina Turner admitted that a lot of that shit didn't happen, but it's just Disney doing Disney things, man. They needed to make it add extra layers of seassoning on it.
Oh, the champagne popping is always awkward in these locker rooms.
Yeah.
Flashback to that time Chris Bosh just took it to the face.
He was already.
That was so awkward.
Already getting cooked and stuff. That champagne bag just it just looked a little too
a little conspicuous.
Yeah.
But yes, we have new NBA champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder, on top of the National Basketball Association. As Ray mentioned a couple of live streams ago, we will be back to do the draft, Chris. We're going to live stream the draft, which will be a shorter live stream than these games, but it should be interesting to see. We know who's going number one, but to see where the rest of the teams fall out and if there are any trades made on draft night.
Indeed. It'd be very, very exciting. Tonight is closing out 1 year, and then NBA draft is officially opening up the new year. So
we'll Chet Holmgren get traded on draft night.
Yes, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. We'll be here. Hope you guys will join us here as well. Don't know if we'll do the second round on Thursday. We'll see.
That's up to you, Ray. I'm like Magic Johnson. I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah. No, you do the first round.
Is Bronny getting drafted again in the second round this year? If not, no. I'm only here for Bronny.
Well, yeah, definitely Wednesday night for the first round, and we'll see what happens with that. So.
But this gonna pull an end, draw a close to our NBA Finals live watches, not only for tonight but for the season, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We watched all 7 Finals games. So shout out to the team here at Nefarious and everybody that joined us on these episodes. Justin and Matt from Hoopsology, Ray's friend Rich. Shout out to Upper Mid Card Jay Lacey, Downtown Gerard Brown, and then tonight we had to bring out the stars for Game 7. Lakers minority shareholder Chris Ely in the building.
Indeed.
So Chris, before we get out of here, man, you talked about the Substack a little bit, but let folks know where they can find you and read your work and get politically educated on these streets by one Chris Ely.
All right, yeah. So I'm writing for Lincoln Square now. Subsidiary of the Lincoln Project, my articles are really doing well there, and getting a lot of Blue Sky followers. I was concerned about Blue Sky for a minute. I was like, is this shit even worth it? But once I became a Substack writer, I got a community and all that. So just go to Lincoln Square, subscribe. They've got my subscriptions are on the free tier, but they also have other tiers if you want to pay for it. And go to my Substack, Christopher Ely. And the book is coming out whenever the agent negotiates the deal. And then always catch us on NWA and Nefarious Media. That's about it.
Okay. Y'all be on the lookout for when that book drops. We're gonna make a big deal of it here because we're gonna support our brother Chris. Forward by Sasa Vujicic. Y'all get ready for that. Ray Williams been watching the finals all night on this black site Croatian stream. Where can people find you, brother? And your feet.
Just first off, I want to thank the good sister Vanessa Shark for your sacrifice. It is more than appreciated. It looks like
Vanessa, the commissioner will reverse the decision of this.
No, you better not. You better not dare. This is all I have.
Ray's gonna wake up in the morning like, how did I lose again?
She ain't even had nobody playing no more.
He can't keep getting away with this.
But you can always find me right here, Nefarious Media Network. Not only, again, you find us here for our live watches for the draft coming up on Wednesday. Also, there will be a special Tuesday edition of the Styles Break Fights podcast with myself and Chichi Okafor. Not only will we be running down UFC 316, not only will we be running down the possibility of Francis Ngannou coming back to the UFC, but breaking news as of last night, John Jones has officially retired. Yes. And of course, he can't retire without some controversy with it coming out that he was apparently possibly involved in another hit and run accident or vehicular accident where he left the scene, which was back in February, which is just now coming to light from the media. So, we got a lot to chat about as far as brother John Jones, as far as whether he did this to duck, quote unquote, defending his UFC heavyweight championship. We'll talk about his legacy as well. Is he one of the greatest, or if not, is he the best, the greatest of all time within the sport of MMA? Me, myself, and the Maestro will discuss it on Tuesday edition, and we'll have it out to you by Tuesday night. So, you can find me there. You can find me here, especially with the Kings of Sport proper as well. So, and of course, Ring Theory. I was special guest for Ring. I'm not so special though. I was the not so special guest. I think I was the backup because we did have someone else in mind, but unfortunately they weren't able to make it. But yeah, I was the backup, but I was able to help out the team. So that's all I'm here about for is help out the team as best as well. I'm a Chet Holmgren. I help out the team in many ways. I don't have to score all the points, brother Nate.
Ray beat me to my own joke. I was gonna say he was the Chet Holmgren Ring Theory. he did all right. You know, he gonna do what he do, but he won't
win championships, Nate.
But yeah, shout out to Ray Williams also for producing all of these episodes and making sure the streams are up for these NBA Finals live watches. It's a lot of work behind the scenes that y'all don't know about, ladies and gentlemen. And Ray been doing it consistently for the whole final. So shout out to him on that. You know, good job. Every now and then, Chet Holmgren comes through in the clutch. Unlike Chet, Ray didn't disappear in games 2 and 3. Ray was here the whole time, ladies and gentlemen.
That is true.
So yeah, shout out to Ray Williams. If you want to show Ray some appreciation, the best way to do it is to drive for 500. Because if we get 500 subscribers on YouTube, 500 subscribers on Patreon, that moves us towards some more finances that we can use to not only enhance what we do on the network with newer equipment and giving us the opportunity to make more shows consistently, but we'll also be able to hire a full-time producer to help Ray with his duties. So he ain't got to put the team on his back all the time, Chris.
Yeah. Because that's a lot of work to be doing and not to be getting any real cheddar.
You know what I'm saying? Like Ray about to start his own OnlyFans to undercut our OnlyFans for Ray. Like, damn it. Nobody said you could sell your feet on your own, Ray. It's for the network that we showing feet pics, brother. But yeah, shout out to Ray for all his hard work, and shout out to everybody on the network, and shout out to you, the audience, for checking us out during this NBA Finals. Again, salute to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Salute to that man Tony Kukoc. Don't let what Chris said about you get you down, brother. I still believe in you, Tony Kukoc. Look, that year in Atlanta, you was a problem, brother. You was a problem. That's why they had to get you out of there. They was like, hold on, this brother. They said this brother averaging a career high in Atlanta. We got to trade him to Milwaukee quick, fast, in a hurry. If we leave Kukoc in Atlanta, it's gonna be problems. Croatian lemon pepper wings. We can't do this. Oh, like Kukoc, he go to Magic City that night, Chris. Show up the next day and drop 25 on you. That's what he do in Atlanta. And man, Tony was a problem in Atlanta.
Did they make it the playoffs any when he was on the Hawks?
See, I think that year, I think we were bounced in the first round.
Okay.
But you know, if they had brought Tony back for the second year, though, I think we would have did something, man. That Atlanta Tony hit different.
Yeah.
Walking around listening to T.I. Like, hold on, who is this? I don't even think T.I. was out there, but he was listening to some type of hip hop, because that Tony was different. He was built different, Ray. Yeah, shout out to everybody watching, and we'll be back on Wednesday, according to Ray Williams.
Yes.
Not Thursday, but Wednesday, because ain't nobody showing up in round 2. We're not doing that, Ray. But we'll be back Wednesday for the draft. We've got a lot of things in the planning stages for this summer. Like, I'm sure we're going to do a WNBA live watch or two, maybe for the All-Star game. I'm sure that we're going to do the NBA NFL draft, like our fantasy football draft. We're going to do a live stream for that. So we got some things planned, and then Chris and I will be back sometime in the near future, joining Wei Ting over at Post to talk about some WWE wrestling music. I'm surprised Chris didn't pick anything from Def Rebel, man. All these good tracks Def Rebel's making, Chris.
Right, yeah.
Chris was like, I'm not listening to that shit.
This Full Metal is okay, but we'll talk about it.
Well, yeah, we will talk about it with Wei Ting, so stay tuned. If you're a member of the Post Wrestling Patreon, we got that coming up. But that is it for tonight for Nefarious Media. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to subscribe to the Patreon, share it with your friends if you're already a member, because we got some things in motion for this summer. So, for Chris Ely, for Ray Williams, for your 2025 NBA champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder, I'm the Godfather, Nate Milton. Appreciate y'all, and we'll see you later. Ray Williams, hit that round ball rock one last time. Fade away. You can't do that, Chet. You ain't got that bag, Chet.
What? I disagree, Chet.